Winners don't use drugs.
Hey, what's up, everybody? The greatest movie involving gangs I've ever seen, The Warriors. Having a discussion about it. Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. Thank you. Death by Saber. Thank you. Harry 1000. Thank you. Jens Petter. Thank you guys for joining me to watch this movie and we could talk about it. How you guys doing tonight?
Yeah, doing good. I am. Yeah. Like,
Well,
glad-
I've never been to Bronx before. And,
but not after seeing the Warriors. Obviously not. But I'm just glad. Yeah, watching the Warriors. Seeing
Tommy's been up here and he's never had a problem. He's been up here 3-4 times. Never had a problem.
Yeah, but he didn't go at the middle of the night to I was about to call him Darius, but he wasn't called Darius. What was he called?
Oh, we went to Brooklyn in the middle of the night though. We did. He drove us to Brooklyn in the middle of the night.
Cyrus. Yeah, I'm not going all the way to Brooklyn in the middle of the night to see a Cyrus sort of speech.
But
Cyrus, a little bit of a historical symbolism.
So
I'm not Darius. I'm Bronxius.
So I decided to go with this movie.
Oh yeah, Slasher.
I've never seen it. Yeah, what's up, TBS?
Yeah, Slasher, lay down some ground rules. No mention of Ahsoka in this conversation today.
All right, you already mentioned it. So.
Any Star Wars. No Star Wars. It's actually forbidden
and,
here.
And no talk about the Gooch.
Warriors. Let's talk about the fucking Warriors. Because this is one of my favorite
about the
movies of all time. I don't want to talk about anything else but this fucking movie right now because
the only wars are gang wars. Yeah. Gang wars. Not Star Wars.
All right. This is one of my favorite. It's not my number one overall, but it's in my top 3. Tom, you say this is your favorite movie overall?
Oh yeah. This is definitely my favorite movie. I mean, I really like a lot of these dystopian type movies, and between this one and Escape from New York, they are my 1 and 2 overall. And this one I feel just edges out Escape from New York. And for as great as Escape from New York is, I find myself wanting to rewatch this one a lot more.
What's up, Papa Cotton?
Yeah, got more manly chest.
Yeah, this is a movie that I can always go back and watch. This is a movie that if someone wants to watch it and talk about it, or if it's at somebody's house, or if I'm scrolling through the cable channels and it's on, I will sit there and watch this movie. I love this movie so much, and I didn't see this movie till all right. So here's a fun fact: release date of this movie, February 9th, 1979. My birthday, February 9th, 1979. I didn't see this movie till I was about like maybe 19 or 20 years old. So, what's up, RR? How you doing?
What up?
Yeah, it's even more appropriate for you than RoboCop for me, because it's 1987.
How you doing?
You were born in the exact day.
Yeah. Yep. It was fun. It was cool to fucking learn that little tidbit.
Well, here's another thing before you wind up getting into some of the particulars about this movie, and this is another fun thing about this movie. So when you rewatch this movie, you wind up seeing other people in there that maybe you didn't realize were in it at first. Like we talk about Sonny Landham being in it, being that one cop. Or when we were talking about Steve James, didn't realize that Steve James is one of the baseball furies. So then you wind up rewatching, like, which one is it? Oh, that's who it is. That's who it is. And you just start seeing these other people that you didn't even realize it was there. What was the other one that you mentioned was in the other gang? It was Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh yeah, Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah. Yes, the bit parts.
Mm-hmm.
We get so many gangs that we see in this movie that don't have any sort of we see like that gang. All right, there's all right. I mean, I know I kept like talking everyone's ear about this while we were watching the movie. I'm sorry to bring it up again, but the Warriors PS2 game, like they went way more in depth with the rival gangs. Like you had to actually deal with these rival gangs. They dealt with some of these rival gangs, like the Turnbull ACs. All right, wait. All right, let's get into the plot. You know, like how the movie
It's a
starts.
good way to learn neighborhoods around New York, the names of the gangs.
Well, Van Cortlandt. There's the Van Cortlandt Rangers.
Right. I didn't know that was a place.
The big meeting is Van Cortlandt Park.
Mhm.
The riffs are actually titled the Gramercy Riffs from Gramercy Park.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Gramercy.
okay. I've heard of that. That place.
And the Warriors are from Coney, and they ain't ever been to the Bronx before.
No, that's the first thing we learned.
And we was watching the
the anniversary version.
Yeah,
It had the comic book. It had the comic book
Transitions.
square cuts, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which it didn't really interfere with the.
No.
There was one scene that it kind of interfered with, where they went to the
Well, yeah,
comic
because they
book
put transition right in the middle.
Yeah. But
Well, some of the transitions they actually put in the breaks of the film.
but the one where they where they're getting chased and they run out of the 96th Street station before like when they get split up. All right, I'm going a little too far in the movie.
Subway station.
Yeah,
So the Gramercy Riffs are the most powerful gang in New York City, and they organize an event for a truce, and we get probably he's like the Hitler of street gangs with his rousing speeches, the way he riles everybody up.
Cyrus.
Basically, it's his plan to bring all the gangs together so that they can control all 5 boroughs.
And he says, "One gang can run this city. One gang."
But you
One gang
see,
to rule them all.
yeah, but before that, you see the Warriors talking to each other, saying like that because there's going to be loads of gangs there, you can't be tooled up, and you can only take 9 of you.
And you
That
can only
can go.
take 9 guys. Yes.
Yeah.
You can only take 9 guys. Nobody has any weapons, and not everyone follows that rule.
Not quite.
Oh yeah, because you see them like on the train and that getting like pumped up and that ready to like fucking go there. And there's a bit of like a discussion where it's like, oh, is this Cyrus? Which you can see there, get a new dickhead.
And he's out there in a very nice looking robe.
Yeah, well,
the riffs are in they're all these like karate gis. These red karate gis surrounding him while he's on this platform talking to all the gangs.
Yeah, well, that's his security because he's got so much charisma in that. All the gang members in that.
He is very charismatic.
Yeah, well, they're all willing to listen to him in that. And so when they get there, they hear him talking about wanting everyone to join up and be one big, massive gang.
And he's making good points for gang members who want to take over everything, right? I mean,
I tell you what, though. I mean, just imagine how the flow of the beginning of this movie would have felt if they didn't have this actor actually playing the part of Cyrus. Because originally he was supposed to be part, but then there was an actual gang member who had talked to the director, and he was slated to step in and fill the role of Cyrus instead. But on the day that they were supposed to be filming Cyrus's parts, that gang member could not be found. So then they went back to their original choice. And of course, this guy is theatrically trained and everything, and he was perfect for the part to really bring all the charisma to the character.
You know,
You
I've
mean an
never
actor.
seen
He's
this.
an actual actor.
I've never seen this. I can't think of another movie I ever saw him in.
Well,
I really can't.
that's because he was a theater actor.
So he was never in
Oh,
anything
yeah.
else.
I don't recall if he was, but I know that that's where they plucked him from. They plucked him
Type
from theater.
typecast. Got typecast.
Well,
He
so he knows
did-
how to
he-
work a stage.
He did have a loud, fancy voice. That's
Do you
crap,
dig
brothers. Even when he's saying stuff like this, our little piece of turf. That's crap, brothers. He's still
You
trying
can
to.
hear it too, the way he accentuates
Yeah,
everything he's
yes,
saying.
exactly.
It's very theater. It's
Yes.
very theater. Everything
Yes.
he's doing.
The Can You Dig It
Speaking-
is definitely theater.
Definitely speaking the Queen's English.
He's a thespian.
Yeah, he knows how to project and reach the people in the cheap seats.
Mm.
Yeah, a super gang wouldn't work though. It really wouldn't though. Like if they were so powerful,
It'd
they
be
would
too
know
big.
that a super gang wouldn't work.
Oh
Too
well,
big to succeed.
yeah. It would have been one of them where he'd have had to have like give them their own tape and that, but made him sort of like so they'd give him a percentage. So
Like a suzerainty.
would have like it would be like where in the mafia films where the mafia bosses want to like just sort of like have a peace treaty so they can do their dealings. Because that's what I think Cyrus was going for. He was going for like the mafia sort of connection where he was
Like the
gonna
commission. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
like
and
the high table, in
Yeah.
a sense.
He had more of a all right. Let's go back to like King of New York, the way Christopher Walken was like killing the leaders of other gangs and then telling the fucking gang members, "Come join me." It's kind of like
Yeah.
a bigger scale version of that.
Well, see, but the smarter thing that he was doing in this movie is he didn't want to absorb all those gangs into his gang. He wanted them to be independent, but work within
together.
the confines.
Yeah,
Work within the confines of how the Rips.
Yeah.
So
were
we're
at the
not going to have
alliance.
so we're not going to have the Jones Street Boys versus the Moonrunners and stuff like that. Yeah.
We don't have enough
Kind of like the
geese
U.S. does.
we don't have enough karate suits to give out to all these motherfuckers.
It'd be like NATO, but street gangs in New York.
Yeah, did
And,
anyone spot the gang that was wearing the white furry Viking vests?
I don't remember that.
I spotted the
It
dude.
looked like
remember
they
the
made
purple
them out of,
suits.
it made them look like they made them out of like bathroom rugs.
Yeah, I spotted the
I remember the
dude
purple
wearing.
suits with fedoras.
I spotted the dude wearing a Union Jack British flag T-shirt.
Wait.
vest.
Oh,
Well,
I bet
Shredder
you did.
tried to make a super gang.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
it was going to be like a super gang, but obviously it was going to be gang.
They were also supposed to be around the same age as the Warriors, right? When
Yeah,
Shredder was recruiting the kids, it was almost around the same age. The Warriors are supposed to be what were you saying, Tommy? They were supposed to be like younger than 17.
Yeah, they're supposed to be 17 and under. Yeah, they're all supposed to be juveniles in this.
And Swan does not look like a teenager.
No, he looks like Heath Ledger. I was
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
by
but-
that. He looks
But
just like
once
Heath Ledger.
again, it's part of that suspension of disbelief. You know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, fucking. If anyone's ever saw The Outsiders, Ralph Macchio was like 25 by the time they made that movie.
The system you're describing, it sounds like the Holy Roman Empire, right? Where you have the emperor overall, but then each state is independent. There's like a principality, so they have like a duke or a crown prince. So they rule sovereign over their state, but each sovereign pays fealty to the suzerain, which was the Holy Roman Emperor.
What's up, Raquel? How you doing?
Yeah, we go.
Hey, what's up, Raquel?
What up?
Yeah, and it was, I think, like gonna
Like
be
the Catholic Church.
In a way, kind of.
Well,
Yeah, they were part of that too, though.
all that. But no, he was trying to talk them all in to like being in his gang. But obviously, he knew that there wasn't going to join.
Yeah, right.
his
Yeah,
gang
he
at
knew they
first.
were all going to stay separate gangs, but he wanted them all to be cooperative with each other.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then he was probably hoping that after a few years in that everyone would sort of like just merge into one big gang.
Eventually, yeah. Eventually,
yeah.
eventually, the mimes are not going to be the mimes. You know.
Well, I mean,
Right, it'd be like a chapter everywhere.
I
Yes,
didn't,
there's a
I
mime
didn't
gang
get,
in this movie. There's a gang
I
of
didn't,
mimes.
I didn't get that vibe from him. He felt more like he wanted them to be independent because he even says, "You still control your territory and your turf. We just keep up a general truce." And I think the idea that he had behind this is he wanted all these gangs to be able to control their own turf to the point where they were almost protecting each other's borders and working like a big giant security net to keep law enforcement and everybody out. Because if a cop crosses over from one area to get away from one gang, they wind up into the next one. And they already know from that gang over, okay, we got to take these cops out. We got to stop them.
Right.
So I think that's what, because he knows that trying to draw them all into his unit is not necessarily going to be over cohesive for everybody. He wants them to have their independence to a certain degree, so they feel like they're in charge, at least in their own territories, even though he would be pulling the strings.
He wanted them all to cooperate.
Yeah, he just wanted a truce.
Be the leader.
He wanted a truce. It's not like he wanted total domination of all the gangs. He wanted a truce.
Yeah, but he sort of, like, I think, wanted to be the leader, so they would all sort of like listen to him and that, and then he could like organize them and that, and then obviously there would have been maybe a few gangs that might have disagreed and that, and that's when probably is it, depending on how he would judge it, he might have got all the other gangs to like force the few minority gangs to like shut up or something and that. But he was trying to unite all the gangs under his umbrella so he could control that big massive area, and he'd be sort of like the kingpin. But obviously,
Scrambles, how you doing, Scrambles?
Yeah,
giving them there. So
obviously, what? Yeah, well, and it doesn't even. He knows that there doesn't really need to be a single leader overall, as long as everyone cooperates. You know, they're stronger together.
All right. It's like I was saying, like I do think eventually though, like if he did get the shit down right, that he would eventually try to have like everyone under his wing, like. But he did want to, because he says before, all right, the unfortunate incident. He says all we have to do is keep up the general truce. When he's telling them during the like let's just work together. He's like telling them like let's just work together. You know, he's got the message.
Everyone wins.
Just work together. You could still wear your silly outfits and all. Yeah, you know.
Well, everyone wins that way though.
Well, anyway, fucking no point in discussing what he wouldn't have done, because the next 2 minutes, sure.
Yeah, he's done for. Yeah, he's done for. We see a gun getting passed down after the last. Can you dig it? No, the one that gets them all riled up is because we got the streets, suckers.
Yeah. Back then, he knows.
Oh no, because it's all our turf. That's the one that gets them all riled up.
Back then, I think he knows everyone is gonna like at least give his idea a try and that, and so he knows he's got a good chance of making his idea that he wants to be like the main kingpin of these sort of gangs and that. It's coming true, and like and someone, we don't know because like he don't really say, but someone doesn't want him to really take that position, and so
we're chilling scrambles. Talk about one of the greatest movies ever. The fucking Warriors.
Well, yes, we don't really know why. We know that they're they're about to take him out. We don't really know their motivation, why they want to take him out.
At the end of the movie,
to his idea.
At the end of the movie, we see why. All right, David Patrick Kelly, aka Sully from fucking Commando, aka T-Bird from The Crow.
Also Luther in 48 Hours and Luther here as well.
He's an asshole everywhere he goes.
Oh yeah, same character, right?
Well, anyway,
shared universe.
Is it him from Commando? Don't know. I'll kill you last.
Yep.
dude.
Sully.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
This is my
he-
weak arm, Sully.
Yeah, he fucking shoots fucking Cyrus and that. Bit of a JFK assassination,
And
I think.
Cyrus takes a Mick Foley drop. Like
Which is
Mick
a pretty
Foley
good-
Hell in a Cell drop.
It's a good aim that he had only
It
a
is.
handgun
It really is.
revolver from far away. It's pretty good.
Mm. And like one of the warriors sees him. Yeah, it is.
And that would be Fox is the one that actually sees him. But luckily for Fox, the lights from all the cops that wound up surrounding
He's
the
about
field.
to kill Fox.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the lights come on and they blind Luther, and then Fox is able to get away.
Mm.
Fox was like 2 seconds away from getting the fucking Cyrus treatment.
Yeah, which is a bit of a unfortunate because he should have stuck around because his mate, who's the leader, starts like,
Cleon.
seeing what he starts seeing what the commotion is. Where Thingy, what's his name? Who
Luther over
is
here.
in commando. Yeah, he starts saying the Warriors did it and that. Really,
the one!
fucking-
He's the one.
really intense. So like everyone don't even like look for any evidence. They just
And then-
presume. And then he
and-
flies that thingy to
and
make it even
Cleon-
more convincing.
Cleon beats the fuck out of him and the rest of the Ramones cover gang. They look
Oh,
like a
yeah.
Ramones cover band.
And by
Okay,
that point, the riffs already assume something's up.
And they start with roundhouse kicks and then a group death
Yeah.
elbow.
At that point, it don't matter how masculine you are. When you're surrounded by like 30 geezers in
Guys in karate geese.
Yeah, it's like it's possible if
They-
you're masculine like
they-
me. what-
Oh,
what
there was
masculine-
it seemed to be almost like it seemed like was there like 10 guys 10 guys doing that shit
Yeah.
there?
Well, he was getting elbowed in the head, I think.
And then,
I'm
then,
sure I
the,
saw
then the
people
warriors
trying to
the
chop
rest
them
of the
up.
warriors have to fight their way out of the police raid.
They leg it. Into like a graveyard for safety. Bit of regrouping.
Oh
And then
yeah.
right after that we get immediate beef over who's the war chief.
Ajax
yeah.
is like the strongest leads.
That's right, yeah. David Patrick Kelly. He was also on the Longest Yard remake. I didn't like the Longest Yard remake. I prefer the original.
If Ajax took charge, they would have fought every single person.
They
Yeah.
would have never made it home because they would have been stopping for every freaking rumble along the way.
They would have
Yeah.
fought the ball-headed guys.
The turnbull
Yep.
ACs.
Yeah,
Like, this is also not a
honey
this,
trap.
this is not a movie that could be based in a day of cell phones.
they would have ran a train on the girl.
Well, like, do you know how much shit could have been solved very easily with cell phones?
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So here's a funny little side note. So during the filming of the scene where they got the turnbull ACs, because they go from the graveyard after they solved their beef with who the war chief is, and said, "Let's talk about this later." And they go to the train station. The turnbull ACs come down in the damn big bus, and they have that big scene. Well, during filming of that scene with the turnbull ACs in costume wound up going to a hamburger joint. Scared the living piss out of all the customers there because the customers thought they were a real gang and that they were about to be attacked, and they all fled the restaurant. So there's a funny little side note.
When you mentioned that when we were watching it before, I was saying I thought it would have been funny if they pulled up to the burger joint in that fucking bus and walked out with they're all holding chains and 2x4s and shit.
Yeah, they should have rolled up to it yelling and everything like they did.
Method acting. That would have been a bus full of method actors right there.
Oh yeah. What about the money you owe? So what?
Oh yeah, that part too. That part was fucking funny. They all walk up and start taking candy from this poor little Indian-looking girl.
Actually, no, he was throwing it out to him.
You know what?
Oh yeah, one of them, yeah, the second in command,
Mhm.
Luther's second in command that he keeps pushing around.
Well, I thought something worse was going to happen to her, sort of thing. So she was pretty lucky.
It could have. It could have been.
Yeah, only a few chocolate bars and fucking few packets of Skittles got took.
I don't mean to interrupt, but spaghetti's ready. It's done. Well, who wants a plate?
I think by the
Not
time
me,
it,
that looks
you,
shit.
I think by the time you mail it here, it's not going to be edible.
You know, won't
I
be
don't
fresh.
even think the orphans would have fucking wanted
Oh,
any
oh,
of that shit.
oh,
All the orphans. Oh Jesus
Yeah.
Christ!
Oh, okay.
And Paul
Probably
Rudd.
probably the biggest jobbers of the movie. There's so much jobber gangs.
Well, okay, we're skipping a bit because just before like Tommy went into like the bit with the skinhead gang sort of thing, the call gets put out like the Warriors are
Oh yeah,
fucking
yeah.
shot Cyrus and that.
Instead of Twitter in this world, the heaviest gang in New York City uses the radio station as their gang alerts.
Well, why do you
Yeah.
think they're called the Riffs?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't
makes
get
sense.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah. I didn't
was
get it either.
thinking-
That's a good one though.
yeah.
I didn't get
I
it.
was thinking, what's with the karate gi? What's ripping?
Yeah,
about
I
that?
still don't
Even
get the
though they're
karate
always
gi
smart.
thing. Maybe it's just to put into the group elbow situation.
Oh no! Well,
but,
I think there was supposed to be like militant fucking. That's why there was like number one because he had his like militant fucking like Hans Ireland of fucking Into the Dragon where he
warrior spaghetti.
no,
Oh,
it was
and
more like
those
fucking
military
dolphins.
shades.
But anyway,
Yeah.
So-
He's got these shades on.
aviators.
He's got these shades on. And he's also got like this fucking like Liberace lounging robe.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like this looks like
Yeah,
so.
he
It's
does.
got like the sequins on it and shit.
Oh yeah. But
Oh yeah.
they do look like
It's a pretty fabulous robe.
they do look like they've been training and that. Get
Hey,
it?
you know what's absolutely crazy about this movie? Like how much of a variation it is from the book. Like this movie and the original book couldn't be any more opposite from one another.
Yeah, the book was based in
Oh.
this. I believe it was. It came out in the '60s, and I believe it was based around the same time it came out. And they weren't even called the
yeah.
Warriors in the book. The main gang.
They were
was
called the Dominators.
Dominators. The
Oh.
Warriors was a reference to all the gangs that were in the city.
Yeah, I believe he wrote that book in I think it was like 1963 or 4.
I had the book and I gave it to someone.
Yeah, Soul York. Yeah, and the gangs were different too. Like they wore Mercedes, like the emblems on a car.
Yeah.
Mercedes emblems. They would rip them off and they would wear them in the hats, and they all had like playing cards in their hats as well.
That was prescient.
Yeah, because I'll tell you something. The French mime artist fucking gang, they must have fucking got their ass whooped.
Well, in real life, yeah.
As I like going back to the PlayStation 2 game, it was so funny the fucking level you had there. And they have a leader too. They had a leader in the gang. It was this big fat guy. It was a big fat mime. It wasn't a mime.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hi hats.
Yeah, that's what it was. The hi hats.
Ah, okay.
I thought the hi-hats with the dudes in purple look like pimps.
No,
I forget who those.
They're
I think
called-
that
they're
was
called
the
the
Jones Street
Eliminator.
Boys. That was
no,
the Jones
no,
Street
no,
Boys.
no. The pimps are actually the Eliminators.
Oh.
I'm trying to remember which ones were the Jones Street because I played
Jones
the
Street
shit
Boys
out
are
of
the ones that had like the tank tops. They look just like really dirty looking.
Oh.
I'm almost positive that was the Jones Street Boys. They're the ones with just the little tank tops and everything.
I think I remember that. Oh, the real skinny, like spaghetti strap tank tops on dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Anyway,
they were like black white beaters.
Okay. Yeah.
So the call goes out.
Well, I just realized how
Warriors
fucked
have
up that
killed
sounds.
Cyrus, and then she plays Nowhere to Run till
Oh, yeah.
there's nowhere to hide, And then you see where Tommy was talking about the like skinhead group.
The Turnbull
Bang,
ECs, yeah.
Turnbull
Yeah.
ACs.
And they dodge them pretty readily. They jump
Oh,
onto
yeah.
the train.
Yeah, well, they try and chase them, don't they? But luckily enough, they time it right. So as soon as they get on the train and the doors close, the train sets off, and no one is really going to get on that train by themselves and that to face the Warriors because there's 7 of them banned. Oh no! Wrong one.
Also,
Yeah.
all right, they were supposed to have 9 guys coming there, right? There was way more than 9 guys on that fucking bus.
Yeah.
But then again,
Well,
maybe
the locals-
maybe it was like. Also, we didn't see the baseball Furies at that meeting. The baseball Furies weren't at that meeting.
Well, the baseball, I think they were supposed to be there. We just didn't see them. But you figure by the time they get to the baseball Furies are already back in their territory.
Yeah,
because the baseball Furies are in Manhattan.
Oh, okay.
When they get
Well,
off at the 96,
yeah.
when they get off at the 96th Street station, if that's Manhattan.
Yeah, but the skinheads live real close because that's why probably they're the first ones to come up. But yeah, they get on the train though and escape them and that. But because them skinheads had fucking seen them and seen the train that'd gone on, word must have got about because
Well, if you were paying attention to the movie, you would know because they said they got the call saying that the Turnbulls missed them. So they're reporting in. Like all these gangs, if they run into the Warriors, they're reporting it in.
Every time something happens with the Warriors, you see a scene of the guy sunglasses guy.
I wish they would have had a scene with the Fury all beat up on the phone, say, "Yo, they just beat us up."
The Furies also seem to be a bunch of mutes. They didn't not a single one of the Furies said anything.
I want to see the Fury.
A lot of the gangs didn't say anything.
I want to see the Furies against the Orphans fight. See which gang would win.
Oh, the Orphans talk too much. Sorry, we're leading up to the Orphans part.
Yeah.
So the Warriors, they feel they're safe on their way home. Also, they have no clue that they're set up for this. We didn't mention that they have no clue.
No.
They have no clue that they're blamed for Cyrus's death.
Yeah. They just know that there's gangs after them,
and they know gangs and cops. Their concern was like not only is every cop after they got them, but is the truth still on? They don't know if the truth is still on.
Yeah, they actually say that in the graveyard too.
Yeah,
before they actually
by the time they were in the graveyard,
that's when they know. Yeah, that's when they know the truth is over with, and now they're probably going to have, as they say, bop our way
back.
Yeah, well,
shit, I wish we was packed.
Yeah, well, anyway, because like the truth is still on and everyone's communicating, they were told which train they're on. So one of the gangs has exploded and set on fire another train. That the train that they're on has to stop and fucking let the passengers out because they've got to get another train.
And then we meet the orphans.
This is when they're walking down the street and they find themselves needing to go through the patch of gang turf, which is owned by the orphans.
The fucking worst gang ever.
Would they say there was like 30 strong?
Yeah. At most, they said they're 30 strong.
So you know, big strong. So that means about 5.
Where they meet Mercy. Snubbed? Where they met Mercy, loose pussy energy.
With her mosquito bite titties.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In the like scenes we see, there's only one dude who's talking and that, and if judging by his
the other one does too. The little one, the little pudgy one with the afro. He says a couple.
Yeah. He's like second in command, but the leader of them looks so feeble in that. It's like if he's your leader, the rest of you saw it. The rest of you saw it.
Yeah, he looks like that fucking from Gremlins 2. One of the gremlin with the wonky eye from Gremlins 2. That's what he looks like.
Well,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know what?
the
You
one
know what?
like-
I'll say that.
No.
I'll say this though. For most of those guys, for the most part, if you look at the way a lot of these guys are built in this movie, they are a lot of them are built like a 17-year-old or younger
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
most part, because they're some of them got muscle tone, but most of them are smaller. And you figure, most kids that are like 17 or younger, they're usually not that big. Yeah, you get the occasional freak, but most of them aren't.
Almost
remember,
is like
though-
saying like had like a lot of the faces of like
Yep.
these background like gang members, like they really look special needs. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because
Seriously, a lot of them look
The,
like
the
mentally
leader
touched.
does in the Orphans.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
you
he
don't
looks- he
know-
looks
you
like
don't
a
know
teenage
about
David
us?
Schwimmer with a
You don't
Forrest
know
Whitaker
about the
lady
orphans? You don't know
Yeah,
about
but
the orphans?
dude,
We're a very
oh.
heavy group. We're a very, very
yeah.
heavy group. You mess with
They,
us.
they
you
write
find out.
about our raids in the paper. They
thing
show
you gotta
they
remember-
fucking show them a fucking newspaper clipping of one of their raids.
And I was going to say, remember and all, like the other gangs know that they're going to be in street fights, so they go train out, do weights and that. Where the orphans, they just sort of probably sit around watching fucking female-led action films.
How could this be a big meet if the orphans wasn't invited? That fucking crackhead dude has the nerve to say that.
Oh yeah, well the orphan dudes get a bit pissed off.
No, well
because-
they're gonna let them through though. They're gonna let the warriors through until
Mercy runs her mouth.
she
Well,
comes
no,
out,
well,
starts
no.
fucking she starts instigating shit because she's a fucking whore.
But why did she go to the lengths of instigating as she did? Because they wouldn't give her a jacket.
Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
one of them wouldn't give her the vest.
Yeah. Well,
And then all of a sudden she pops off to the fucking crackhead dude from the orphans. It's like, oh, you're just gonna let them march on through? Every gang's soldiering through here. Some
We
man
don't have-
you are. This is the main part was where she said, "Some man you are." That's what set off the crackhead.
It's like we don't have a best in size whore.
I'd have given the one me. I'd have been like, oh yeah, but I'm gonna have to make sure it fits right. Let's go up to your room and try it on.
take your colors off when you walk through. Also, this movie is all right. It shows
Well,
how
bring it
stupid
up.
people can be because all they had to do, like in order to get home incognito, like they all could have had backpacks, right? Where they put their vest in and go home safely.
Well, yeah,
Because
but
they ain't never been to the Bronx before,
no, but-
you know.
yeah, but you
But
got
they
to
refused.
remember, this is like Mad Max.
This is
sort of
this is the
future.
stupid proudness of gang members. It's not
Yeah, but
wise
it's
to
not-
join a gang because you're a fucking idiot when you got your fucking colors flashing.
Yeah, but it's Mad Max time, innit? Like, there was only one who could afford a t-shirt. The rest had to, like, fucking show off their masculine chests, which they probably had to do some weights because it was like, right, look, you're playing a gang member and you're just going to be wearing a fucking, basically, a waistcoat, which was English.
A vest.
But, yeah, and so you need to fucking do some fucking weights and that, which... there was quite buff, but obviously not real buff because it was sort of like where was playing like younger and they had to be a bit more fitter because there's a lot of running and that. And being in a gang and that, you would have to do a bit of running and that from the cops. So
Running the
there was
streets.
sort of like,
All right,
yeah,
Barry, but if you're a gang that just uses guns, you don't have to be fit at all. See, like, I really don't think gangs in the 70s were so against using guns. You know, I'm sure there were plenty of gangs who used guns. It's like in the 90s is when you really started hearing about like drive-by shootings and shit.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Like
Yeah.
like
I think
in the
no.
70s, I don't know like what was the percentage of drive-by shootings if it wasn't mafia involved,
No,
with a
but-
Tommy gun or something.
yeah, but I think and all where because it was set in like a dystopian future and that shit. I'm sure it was like they were supposed to be like poor and that shit. You know, like the one have had because like gang members, because for some reason in that world they didn't sell drugs or out and that, and so they didn't get fucking loads of money, and so they had to like be like really living off day to day sort of shit. And so that's why
Yeah,
I
we
don't
don't
think
see
they
any
could afford
criminal
any
enterprises.
Well, it seemed like the Riffs were a criminal enterprise. It seemed like they were because they
Do an
controlled
operation.
everything, and all the other gangs knew about the Riffs because they showed up to the meeting, right? So they see maybe like I'm sure they were dealing drugs or whatever. Sure they
Well,
had.
hey, Slasher. He actually mentioned something that's actually one of the things that I left for you. So he was talking about a dystopian future. One of the things in there is like originally they wanted to put in the beginning title script sometime in the future because they wanted to let you know that this was supposed to be a dystopian future. But unfortunately, that never made it into the final movie because the studio said it sounded too much like Star Wars.
It's the New York we would have got if Ed Koch stayed mayor for like another 20 years.
Well, David Dinkins took over after Koch, and it really wasn't much better. David Dinkins is the reason why we got Giuliani in New York as the mayor. David Dinkins, he didn't really fix anything. That was a problem.
Shit, this went political. This went political. I like it though, but she'll get back to.
Well, no, this shows that this movie actually shows the fucked up state that New York really is. Basically, first of all, like I also kind of found it strange, like the cops waited till all the gangs gathered up in Van Cortlandt Park to make a move. Well, like they didn't think there was gonna be a big fucking scare and then running around like scattering cockroaches.
Sasha, to be fair to the cops, there was nothing wrong until fucking Cyrus got shot, and that's when they was like, "Oh fuck!"
No, they pulled up before Cyrus got shot. You see them pulling up before Cyrus got shot. They come pulling up before Cyrus got right.
If I was the chief, I would have said, "Hey, call the governor, and we need the National Guard. There's too many motherfuckers out here."
Yeah, there was probably
20,000, right?
Back, but
and mind you, there were only 9 members from these gangs each there, and that park was fucking full.
60,000
like 200 of them, weren't they? Like 200 gangs apparently turned up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and there was only 9 from each group.
20,000
in the deleted scene from the where they're actually on the boardwalk of Coney Island and they're sending people out. In the deleted scene, he says to the rest of the warriors, Cleon says to the rest of the warriors, "There's 120 people in our group, and I picked you guys for this,
the toughest." Except for the little gay dude.
That little, yeah.
Except for the little gay monkey.
Oh yeah,
who's only capable of throwing one punch.
Yeah.
Well, in that intro part, he actually breaks down who everybody's going to be too. That's where you first find out that Swan is war chief. They find out. I forget the title that he gave at Ajax, but he basically said he was the muscle.
The muscle. Yeah, you're the middle. You guys are. He gave Swan and not Swan. Ajax and co-chief. They were the muscle. And he's
bitch was just there to tag.
He's also kind of saying the same things he says to them individually in the beginning of the movie when you see them like just talking one-on-one, face-to-face. Like the part where they're like, "We ain't even been to the Bronx before." How they're all just talking 2 at a time, face-to-face. He says the same thing to Ajax in the deleted scene that he says, "You just soldier and keep your mouth shut." He just says the same thing in the deleted scene.
What's Cowboy's purpose?
I forgot.
He
was just a soldier.
For some reason, Snow, he calls him the Music Man. and Snow holds up a boombox. Yet we don't see the Warriors walking around with a boombox in the version we
Would have
saw.
gave away their position.
Well,
Yeah,
he sends Fox because his ability to be able to
he's the
speak.
scout. He's the scout.
And of course, he tells Rembrandt that he wants him to tag everything in sight.
That's what he said. That's exactly what he said in the
Yeah,
face to face.
yeah. He might as well just said, "You side bitch." The only thing you can do is spray it.
Even tombstones.
Yeah, you side bitch. The only thing you can do is just spray the Warriors sign on tombstones. Oh, and punch someone, but that's spoiling it. Later.
Punch one guy.
Yeah.
One guy.
He sprayed
And
him in
then-
the face.
And then sit on the floor. And then sit on the floor for the rest of this gang.
And no, there was one other thing. They told him to keep his eye out for strange fur.
Oh,
Strange
and
wool.
but see, the guy
Strange wool.
Rembrandt, the guy he punched, the guy got revenge. He punched him back.
Yeah, I know. That's when he took Rembrandt out of the fight completely.
Yeah, and go sit down in the corner with the girl
Yeah.
to watch us the men fight.
Yeah, spray the Warriors on a fucking.
Yeah. I wonder if he did that after that fight. He sprayed a W on the wall.
Well, he might have done it because he won't play him. But anyway, back to the film. So they go to the fucking orphans and that, and because the orphans get a bit pissed off because they wasn't invited to this big fucking gathering.
No, they get pissed off because Mercy instigates the shit that like if they're gonna let the Warriors through, they're gonna let
No.
and eventually every gang is gonna come through. No, she gets pissed off because they won't give him her vest.
No, that's the second time he gets pissed off. The first time he gets pissed off is because he's not invited to.
No, that was the first one. That was the first one.
And but they calm him down because they say something on the lines of, "Oh well, like he won't that great anyway." So
The first thing he gets pissed off though is at Jens is that when he says to him, "We were at a big meeting in the Bronx." He's like, "Well, if it was a big meeting, the orphans should. He wasn't invited." Yeah, that was the first thing he got pissed off. Then they calmed them down a bit.
Yeah,
they calmed them down a bit, and that's when Mercy came out and started instigating,
making chicken noises.
Yeah.
The very first thing you hear from her is
yeah, because she knows that fucking.
she's a hooah.
Yeah,
the cock. She's making the cock call.
She's a dime store hooker.
Well, anyway, then because she wants a fucking jacket, they don't give her one.
And then all of a sudden,
he wants them to take
Crack Baby decides to change his tune and say, "Take your colors off when you walk through."
Yeah, but
and
which
she
means
and then they're like, "Nah, we don't do that."
Yeah.
And then he straight up tells him, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
And then he snaps his fingers and the orphans run into the fucking house.
And I think what they run into there for was to have a little fucking group discussion because
and to get all their little crowbars and pipes.
Yeah.
So well, that's why he turns around and he whistles at a couple of them to go ahead and get ready.
Yeah. And then
so the Warriors just calmly walk down it where
Mercy's cursing them out. Like, "You bunch of dickheads, just walk home." She's fucking cursing them out while they walk back. But she don't want strange wool, she wants strange sausage. So she's like,
she wants a Coney dog.
Yeah, she wants the fucking Nathan's footlong.
Yeah, and
then Coney Island hot dogs.
Yeah, she wants to get a ride on the wheel
with the mustard.
And she's following them down the street.
Yeah,
all quiet, really deserted streets too. At certain parts of this movie have very, very deserted streets.
Where
and then they turn their hot dog into a chili dog.
And then she gets snatched. She gets snatched up by fucking Pepe Le Pew Ajax.
Yeah, you're thinking there's no one on the street, and there was
with his rapey intentions.
Yeah, and there's where DBS was hoping for a rape scene. So there wasn't because they started talking to her and that, and realized she wanted
she wants the Big Mike special.
That's when they were gonna finger her.
They even SWAT even calls her out. It's fucking awesome. He's like, You look like you might love having a train run on you.
Maybe I
Yeah.
do, maybe I don't.
Yeah. Well, anyway, before we can get
There
to
was someone called her a roast beef. I think it's probably more like a sloppy Joe.
before it gets to the finger
Mothra.
bang scene.
Mothra. She got Mothra down below.
Oh.
Well, DBS wasn't bothered. He was just hoping for some finger bang action. But before it get anywhere near any finger bang action, fucking
You're also the orphans. The fucking orphans. So
yeah,
if you're so hard up for a fight that you run across the street and stand there and look at them and talk to them instead of just running up on them and beating them with whatever weapons you have.
yeah.
That's
yeah.
what jobbers, fucking
Well,
jobbers.
It was a more civilized time.
Well, the Warriors was masculine as fuck for a start. Are you gonna fuck with dudes? Or
I
just
wanted to
walking
see
around
that guy
with
get punched at
bare
least
top?
once. That guy at least deserved to get punched once in this movie.
Well, he
Billy
done-
guy.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he threatened them, the Warriors, with a fucking like.
You see what you get when
razor.
you mess with us.
Yeah, which
What
there's
you
no
get with
happening.
the
Well,
orphans?
whilst he's threatening them across the street with a razor, they pull out a bottle with some petrol in and thingy rips some
Petrol.
of their skirt off to
Silly
do
prick.
a modern cocktail, which they throw it at a car, which then it fucking sets on fire, and they run past the car, and the orphans don't want to run past it because it explodes, and I think it takes one or two of their orphans.
Jobbers.
Yeah.
So the Warriors get on the train and they're like, why the fuck are we running? And Ajax is like,
Yeah.
I told you they were a bunch of wimps. Of course, Ajax is always saying like, yeah, I'm tired of running.
Yeah. No, he wants to fight.
We're acting like a bunch of, what is it, Tommy? Bundle of sticks.
Yeah, well, he just kept saying, these guys are a bunch of whips. Guys are all going faggot on me.
Oh.
Hey, it's not our words. He says this in the movie. It's not our words.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're damn right. No, I've said it a few times myself.
But anyway, they're on the train and that. And
We're
they're
just
talking.
reading the script. That's all. That's all.
Yeah. Well, as they're talking on the train and that, the fucking
Yeah, they bring her with. I don't know why did they hold on to her to run away from this? Like, I don't understand that. They should have just
Tribal
left
rules.
her behind.
Well, yeah, but she
No,
was
it's like
following them to
trouble.
begin with,
yeah.
so she wanted to go.
Yeah. And I think
Yeah.
Who?
She's already went through all the orphans. She's done. She's
Yeah.
time for new weenie.
She also
That's
gets
what
to
the
go to
movie
a
is.
whole different fucking city to fucking to rack up some points.
Yeah.
He tells her later on, why don't you just tie a mattress to your back?
Yeah.
And she ain't exactly like fucking denying the allegations.
That was one of the best lines.
A mattress been back in the lube dispenser as well.
You should be like, you should just fucking tattoo jizz receptacle on your forehead, bitch.
Oh.
The condom machine. Coin op condom machine.
So they get on the train and
get off somewhere, don't they?
more fuckery abounds when they think they're on their way home.
Yeah, because the train stops at the next station. They don't even explain why the
They're
train got held up.
they're
at the next
supposed
station.
to go to Union Square, and they only make it to 96th Street.
Well, I think it's because like they were just got on any train, didn't they? They didn't care where it went, and then as long as it
The whole meetup place is Union Square, so they could transfer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where?
And just to be clear, 96th Street is 96 streets north of like the southern tip of Manhattan, which is close to the bridge to Brooklyn where they want to
Union
go.
Square is 14th Street. So
Mhm.
they're a ways away.
Well, yeah.
And yeah, and like Tommy was saying, they don't explain why. I guess maybe because like the
I
cops
think,
got some alert.
yeah, no,
The cops
it
got
was,
some alert to patrol.
it looked like it was the cops because they're all sitting there wondering why the train ain't going, and that's all of a sudden when you see the cop, they
Yeah.
hear the clip, clop of feet, and then the cop appears right next to the window of the damn train.
And then all of a sudden, 20 more cops appear. Just boom, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm. And this is where we get
The separation.
we get the separation, and we get the end of Vermin, which
Oh, no,
Fox.
Fox.
No, Fox.
Yeah, Fox.
We get the end of Fox, which was not even supposed to happen because Fox was originally supposed to be Mercy's love interest in the film. But yeah, so the actor who played Fox, Waits, he was getting into a lot of arguments with Hill to the point where during the filming of the train scene, he fires Waits. He fires him and he writes in Fox's death scene. And to this day, Fox is the only character that does not get movie credits.
Oh, took him out of the credits.
Yep.
Oh, that's personal.
And the funny thing is, Hill says later on that he regrets doing it, but
Uh-huh.
a little late for that now.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
did Fox get lines? Isn't it like
Yeah,
a
Fox
union
was
rule?
after fucking Cleon died. It seemed like Fox was second in command.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I thought it was a union rule that you have to be credited if you're a co-star, and you're considered a co-star if you have even one line.
Well, no, I've seen that shit before. I've seen movies where like I've seen movies where like I know the actor's name, and then all of a sudden I'm looking at the end credits and I don't see their name. I've seen it before.
Yeah, I think it's one of them where fucking in them days and that. Yeah, you just put, you know.
Well,
I think you can do an uncredited cameo, but you have to give like the actor has to give permission.
Yeah, but
well,
I think
there's a few of the actors in here, depending on where you look for the credits. Some of them are listed and some of them are not.
yeah, I think,
I've looked on a few sites and they don't have Sonny Landham listed. He's in it, and a couple of the other ones don't have Steve James listed.
Oh, Sonny Landham's got to have a IMDb, right?
Yeah, he does.
I think though back in them days, like you didn't have to list people and that. Like the law where you have to list every actor and that would have come probably in the 80s or whatever. Maybe because I know like
I don't know.
yeah, well, like I know back in the time when like they started filming stuff, you practically didn't have to like put anyone's nickname in or out. There was no organization or out, and so yeah.
Well, no, until 1977, you had to have the credits at the beginning of the movie, and George Lucas wanted to. Well, he wanted to do the title crawl instead, which is a big deal. So he put the credits at the end, and now it's fine. And they changed the rule, but it could have been, there could have been a rule change in the union. If not, probably not a law. It's probably just union regulations. But I mean, if they have a line, I'm surprised at them not being credited unless they gave like written permission.
It's 79. You had like black exploitation and like poor. But like I think you're still allowed to fucking kill fucking animals back then. So
wait, what do you mean? Kill animals like on screen?
Yeah, because like I think it was like in the 80s where fucking they stopped doing that because there was one film that I think was done rather the late 70s or early 80s. I ain't seen
Cannibal
it.
Holocaust?
Yeah, where they just fucking.
Yeah.
I heard of it, but I never saw it.
Yeah,
what did they do in that shit?
Yeah,
what the fuck could they have possibly done in that shit? Like they actually killed animals on screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
They did.
Like,
Holy
they did a
shit.
lot of fucked up things.
Yeah, you know, like in the Bond films where fucking there's a spider or a snake that's going to attack Bond and Bond has to kill it, sort of thing. Well, they use a fucking plastic. Well, they use a real snake.
No, but
or
what
a
did
real
they use
spider
in
or whatever.
Cannibal Holocaust? What did they do in
It's
this?
bigger than a spider.
Well, yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like they'll use a real one and that, but once they go to kill it, they'll put a fake one in, and then so like James Bond is basically smashing the shit out of a fucking.
I'm saying, what did they do in Cannibal Holocaust?
Oh
though?
well, they just killed it instead of like.
What?
putting a
What
fake-
was it? What was it?
Was it like a deer? I can't remember exactly.
No, well, I think there was a spider, a snake, or
Oh, it
something.
was bigger than a spider. It was a
And a
mammal.
monkey, I don't know, or a panda or something, or a pig, I don't know.
Wait, how many
I
different
thought
fucking
Cannibal-
animals did they kill in this movie?
Well, I don't know, about 3 or 4.
more
About
Are
than
you
3 or
one.
kidding
4.
me? Like multiple different animals they killed on
Yeah.
screen in this movie?
It's a nasty, brutal film, dude. It's called Cannibal Holocaust.
This sounds like a
I
fucking
mean-
animal snuff film.
Yeah. No, that's
in
what I'm
parts.
saying, yeah. It was. And so that's.
Yeah.
I've
that's
only
why-
heard of this movie. I never saw it.
It's infamous now. Yeah,
Yeah, well,
they
yeah.
don't let you make movies like that no more.
Yeah. Well, that's when I think.
I don't like the
Started
sound of this
putting-
one.
Yeah, they
I don't like
started
the
know.
sound of
putting,
this
like,
one, man.
thing is where you aren't allowed to hit animals or certain animals. I think.
All right, I don't want to talk about this movie anymore.
Wait.
I
So
don't
the
want to watch
Warriors
this
then.
movie.
So
That
yeah,
movie. I
you
mean.
get split up.
Just
Thing is,
hearing
guys,
about that, I don't like hearing about that shit. Awful. At least no one got killed on the set of the Warriors.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know because the way you get chucked onto them rails, it does look
Yeah,
like.
well.
Yeah, they legit ran him over with
Yeah.
the subway.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Slasher, the part with the Lizzies. I wish they would have showed some titty, like when they're fighting the girl and a titty accidentally
fucking hell.
pops out.
No,
Or
they
go
couldn't,
down
do,
busted.
they couldn't do that with men around though. When we
Yeah,
find out
indeed.
the Lizzie's actual intentions.
DBS couldn't go an hour without getting to that part of fucking. Well, would I even? Well, we're nearly there because it was split up in that thing.
Well, yeah, or the split up is when they get into the altercations with the cops and fucking Ajax kicks one in the face and sends him halfway down the stairs. That was a good scene.
Yeah.
But they all get split up and
Lord Raiden kicked the cop.
4 of them run out to at the 96th Street station where they're at. Yeah, Ajax, Swan, Snow, and Cowboy. Oh no, someone else. Is someone else with them?
Yeah, in the bed. But anyway,
Keith.
and then
No, she's
then
not
the
with
other
them.
three-
She's not with them when they run into Central Park. Well, they meet up when they run out at the 96th Street station. It's the Fury.
Oh yeah, because she gets fucking thingy. No, I'm sorry. He was because that's when. Is that where he fucking finger bangs her?
Yeah. in
No,
the middle of the
not yet.
street.
Not yet. He gets into the fight with the Furies first.
4 warriors against,
Mm.
I don't know, like 10 Furies.
There's like 10 Furies.
Yeah.
Yeah, a great fucking masculine action scene where fucking baseball
The
bat.
coolest looking jobbers of the whole movie.
Yeah, because they followed him because
Yeah.
we were split up and that shit.
Well, here, I got another interesting one for you. Okay, so during the scene where they're actually fighting with the baseball Furies, Michael Beck, who plays Swan, he actually broke 3 of the stuntman's ribs,
Oh.
and he didn't find this. Is the funniest part. He didn't find out until 37 years later when they did
Oh
a
my
reunion,
God.
and he broke the guy's ribs.
You know what, Tommy? Look! Now I see the black guy, Steve Jones. Now I can tell. See
Yeah,
it?
Steve James.
Oh, Steve James. Yeah, there you go. And there's the leader in the background. Yeah, it takes like 3 hits to knock one of these guys out.
Yeah. Not many. And they
But
have
this
bad-
fight was this fight was the chase was awesome. The fight was awesome. Like
Well,
the shots during the chase when the Warriors are at the forefront, and then you see the Furies coming in. That's such a good fucking shot.
yeah. Well, the Furies, I think the like cosplayers, and they probably sit around watching side shit, and that's why they need the baseball bat.
They
but-
play Atari baseball all day in their hideout.
Well, you know what? Considering like how they made the turnbull ACs look like ultra tough, almost like a biker gang or something like that. You give credit to the Furies; they were the first ones to actually really start engaging.
Yeah, they were the first one that actually had a scrap with them. Yeah, they were the
that's why
first
because
ones
they
who
wanna
actually
train there,
actually had fisticuffs with the Warriors. Unless
Yeah,
you
that's
count,
what they
unless you count Cleon getting elbowed to death by the Riffs. That's the first encounter.
Or the orphans chasing them.
20
Yeah, but
elbows.
they didn't get physical with the, like they didn't. There wasn't a brawl with the orphans. They just
No,
threw
this
a
is the first
Molotov and
time.
ran away with the orphans.
Yeah, but this is the first
Yeah.
time they've not been able to get into a train and escape, and so they had to like, which was a good idea. Two of them hung back, whilst it was too fucking well, and
Yeah,
like
two of them hung back
yeah.
and followed the rest of the Furies. Because the Furies just had a one-track mind. They were just looking forward.
Oh yeah,
They didn't notice. They didn't notice two of the Warriors dipped off to the side.
Yeah, well, the Warriors had a little bit of a lead going because there was fucking like in front of them, weren't they? But
And then, all right, Cowboy, and Ajax are the two front guys running. And then all the Cowboys telling Ajax, "I can't make it." And then
I can't make it.
Ajax like, "You sure?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Good." He's, "I'm sick of
He
running
said-
from these
he goes,
wimps."
He said, I can't make it. I can't make it.
yeah,
Good.
You
sure?
Oh, wow.
I'm
And
sick
Ajax
of
takes
running
over.
from these wimps. And then Ajax beats the fuck out of one guy.
Yeah,
And then
I'm sick
and
of
then the-
running from these wimps.
And then the boss comes. The boss comes up. The boss with the yellow face paint comes up and starts doing his fancy little bat thing. And Ajax like, "I'll take that bat. I'll shove that bat up your ass and turn you into a popsicle."
Popsicle.
And then all of a
Baseball
sudden, and then a huge fucking fight between the Warriors and the Furies. And the Furies are such jobbers. They're standing around watching some of their guys get beat up while they're holding baseball bats. These guys, man, very
Oh, they've been
disappointing.
in fight. It's one of them gangs where they probably fucking got themselves looking like they could fight, and with them having baseball bats, you're thinking, "Oh yeah," and then they've been in a fight, and so when
It
it comes
takes
to
three
being in a fight,
punches to take one of them out. Three
They
punches.
were probably high. You know, they weren't prepared for this fight. They were probably high. That's probably what happened.
no, those fighting head bitches. They've never been in a fight. They probably, as was you, Sasha said, they were sat around playing fucking Atari baseball. Okay.
Like that first dude. It took 3 hits. It took 3 hits to take that first
That's
dude
all
out.
it comes for, yeah. They was probably fucking thinking, "Oh yeah, I know what we'll do. We'll fucking just hit him with a baseball bat because we'll fucking."
They were high on soy
I was
milk.
impressed. I was impressed how he spun out when he got hit.
Yeah, that
He
last
spun.
one, he did like the double axe handle to his face.
Yeah. Bit like No Retreat,
Yeah.
No Surrender with Van Damme.
He did the spin like he was Bison.
Yeah. So I'm thinking the Warriors will just hit him with a baseball bat, and they're like us. They'll scream like a bitch, piss themselves, and collapse. Where
Oh, they didn't scream at all when they were getting hit with baseball bats.
They
These
ain't making
guys were
any
mute.
noise.
I
No,
think
they
they
got
were
knocked out
mute.
so quick,
I
though.
think they
They
were
got knocked out
total
so
mutes.
quick. Yeah, but they got
I
knocked out
honestly
so
think
quick.
these guys were actual mimes instead of the mime gang.
No, I think
They
got
didn't
knocked
even
out
say
so quick.
ouch.
No,
And
no,
probably-
they don't grunt.
Yeah, well, the budget was like, "Oh yeah, grunting."
You hit them with a
classic
baseball
line.
bat. You hit them with a baseball bat. They don't even make a grunting noise.
The only noise was the contact with their fist to their face.
Or when they hit the
Yeah.
ground.
It was the only
Well,
sound
anyway.
you heard.
It was either that or when they hit the ground.
Well, I thought
Or
they
when
would
the
beat up
bats
the Warriors.
clanged. The
But the
bats
Warriors
clank.
could dodge them.
Oh yeah, the
Because-
bat. Yeah, they were dueling like bat dueling, which
Yeah,
was cool.
because the Warriors fucking knew how to move away from an attacking opponent, and so they beat the shit out of them.
They were playing
then-
Atari ET all day.
Yeah. And then
It wasn't
the other
out yet
three-
at that time.
And then the other three see these beds where, here we go, DBS. You can
No,
take
no,
it
no,
from
no,
here.
no. Before that
What?
happens, the Warriors who just beat the fuck out of the Furies are strolling through the park, and
Oh yeah.
there's a random woman just sitting on the fucking park bench.
Oh
It
yeah.
It was like a GTA game. You're like, you know how like you know like how certain parts in GTA, like I remember GTA
Oh, yeah.
4 that there were like certain people who just pop up at certain points that you sit and talk to, and then she catches Ajax's eye, and then Ajax is like, oh, he basically tells the rest of the Warriors, he stops him, he's like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh.
Like, I guess she doesn't know it's not
I guess
safe
she
to
doesn't
be
know
in
the
the park
park's
at
not
night.
the park's not safe at night.
No.
Huh.
DBS would want to go back with Ajax and do a gang rape on her, but Ajax just
God,
won't tie
dude.
himself.
Yes.
I just wanted to go back and show her me cock with my Darth cock underwears on.
Yeah, so you would have been perfect. You like if they recast this movie, you should play Ajax.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
you want to see my Darth cock underwear?
You just got to get in gym shape so you can wear a fucking vest and no shirt.
Oh no, fuck that. The film will never get made. We'll just CGI it. We'll just get some buffed American dude. And we'll just see CGI fucking DBS.
Hey, what? I mean, it's like in the movie Free Guy, they took Ryan Reynolds and they buffed him up.
Yeah,
Oh,
And the
yeah.
movie Free Guy.
Yeah, but isn't Ryan Reynolds already Diesel? He's already Diesel though. Isn't he?
Yeah.
No, he got like roided, buffed up because like the dude that played him was like, if he wasn't roided up, he must have fucking trained for all his life. Yeah, like
It's an alternative version of him. That's way
Yeah,
more
big
diesel.
dude.
Some huge, hulked
Yeah,
out guy.
yeah, it was like
Oh, okay, that
Watching
version.
it just
Okay, yeah,
dies.
now I'm trying to remember that movie. I didn't like that movie. I thought that movie.
So,
yeah,
Yeah.
it was sorry
Yeah.
as fuck. I know.
So
It was-
fucking
yeah,
The whole
back to the-
movie was a jobber.
yeah, back to
So-
the Warriors anyway because
so
fucking
the lady, the guy Ajax was like, "Hey, let's go back,"
Hmm.
and then they're like, "Nah, man," and he's like, "You guys
No,
have become all
Swans.
fucking faggots." This is what he called them gay.
He does. He does because he's like, hey, it's free pussy in the park. It's basically his argument.
hmm
And then the other two stopped Swan from walking off, like, because already Ajax has tried. He grabbed her tit too. He straight up grabbed the tit. But she's like Laura. She's like Laura.
Whoa.
Wait, stop, Jens. This is entrapment. This is
No, but-
also
Yeah, but
entrapment.
you got a bit
Oh
quick,
yeah,
though.
yeah.
You got a bit quick.
Honey trap.
No, because like he sits beside her first, and
No, that's what I'm saying, Jens. This is
I
entrapment.
wonder.
She's luring him on. She's luring him on because this is
That-
it's entrapment.
yeah, but
Yeah,
Granted,
Slasher.
granted,
Well,
it didn't hurt his.
it's a bit
Granted, it doesn't hurt his case because he got rough with her and made like
Slasher.
him make it all
yeah, he
rapey.
starts groping the tits
Hey.
a bit hard.
Slasher.
He-
You think the
Yeah,
director told the Ajax actor, like, "I want you to
Yeah,
squeeze your
get as-
tit as
Get as
hard as
rapey-
you
get
fucking
as
can."
rapey as- Get as rapey as you can, dude.
If
We
you-
got
Yeah,
he straight up look like the way he grabbed. Yo, he like
Yeah, it like want to tear her titty off.
yeah.
And the
That
actress-
wasn't a
Yeah.
caress.
If DBS had been
Yeah.
doing that part, he'd been arrested.
The actress,
Oh my
the
god.
actress. So when the director told him, the actress like, yeah, I could take it. Go ahead, squeeze as hard as you fucking can. I could take it.
Oh, or was it Tommy or someone else said she was a porn? I think it was Tommy said she was. a
No,
porn
she
actress.
won an Oscar. That woman.
No,
is
her
an
name.
Oscar winner. Mercedes.
Her
Ruehl.
real name
yeah.
just sounds like a porn name.
Well, probably because because she looked like she did porn.
It's like
All I'm saying
Mercedes.
is-
Well, if she was a more mature woman than Ajax, I'll say that.
I didn't say
you
she
know,
did
she's like-
porn. I didn't say she did porn that fucking weekend. But I'm just saying, it looked like she did do porn.
I'll
Sorry.
tell you what,
Sorry.
Jens. You know what that statement tells me? That you're more lonely than Ajax was.
Yeah, well, that's
She had
because
a nice
you
face.
don't fucking have me on your show no more.
Oh.
Jesus Christ,
It's
you
Harper.
butt hurt because you weren't on one show.
Shadow band. Shadow band.
Well,
What's
all I'm
happening?
saying is, don't blame me for fucking wanking up at porn because fucking what else am I gonna do?
Oh, so
Before-
you're saying if you were on my show,
What
so,
up?
so your degeneracy led for me not having you on my show, is what you're saying. Oh my god.
No, because I didn't wank up on your fucking stream, did I?
Wait, who did
No,
that?
see,
Oh,
now,
no,
now,
Jens,
if
you
you're
had
telling
that.
me you're going to be wanking off my stream,
I've talked a
don't know
lot
if I
of
can
wank
have
on
you
your
on.
stream, but I've never wanked up on your stream.
This whole conversation is taking a very dark turn.
Mm. Anyway, back to the film.
Guinea pigs come out.
So
and
anyway-
fly. Oh.
Because Ajax is
Ajax gets arrested because he goes into full Pepe Le
Oh,
Pew
you're going a
mode.
bit too quick there.
Oh yeah.
No.
No, you're going.
No,
because
Jens. No, don't, Jens. Don't
All
interrupt.
right. Well, saying.
Jens, please. So Ajax goes into full Pepe Le Pew mode with this random woman who's just sitting in the park, and she handcuffs him to the fucking park bench. Good
Yeah,
night to
he,
the park her over, honey. You're
Honey
under
trap.
arrest.
She's a,
And then she starts blowing a rape whistle.
Yeah, because she's a female cop honey trap.
Literally blowing a fucking
Honey
rape
cop
whistle.
trap. Yeah. And the cops come and beat the shit out of fucking a potential rapist because that's what she was there for. Even though, as you said, Slasher, she did fucking
Entrapment.
entrap him. Yeah, she entrapped him a little bit. But I think it was the hard groping of her tits she didn't like because that's when she got up and slammed on the cuffs.
Oh, he also says, she said, it's okay, we'll get it on. He goes, oh, you don't understand. I like it rough.
Yeah, yeah. And
he
that's
he wasn't helping his case with that conversation.
Yeah, but I wonder if it would be allowed technically because that was legitimately what she was there for, to catch rapists and gang members in the park. So is it because that's considered undercover? So don't they have some kind of leeway?
Also,
entrapment, yeah, but entrapment, that's the thing, right?
But it's undercover because that same argument can be made for undercover
but that's
cops.
the thing. But that's the thing. When you are undercover, you can't entrap someone because if you're in like cops' clothes.
Well, this was also the 70s, right? I don't know the law in the 70s.
Yeah, but Jens, what do you think undercover cops do when they're freaking getting drug dealers? They're entrapping them.
No, but if they can't fucking say, "Oh yeah, fucking."
I know what you're trying to say, Jens. You're trying to say that fucking law, like where, like, say you do the drug dealer, like you say to the cop, like, you know, you have to tell me if you're a cop, right? That whole thing, right? Is that what you're trying to get into?
Yeah. Is it entrapment if they get you to commit the crime in the
Well,
first place?
I don't recall. Yeah. Did Ajax ever even ask if she was a cop? I don't think he did.
No, he didn't ask if she was a cop. He didn't ask if she was a hooker. They just sat there and had a little bit of conversation. She complimented his muscles, and that's when he made his fucking army. That's when he wanted.
I bet the girls like all these muscles.
Yeah. Once she started saying about she said something about his muscles, and then he went Weinstein on her.
Yeah, entrapment is sort of like where the cop eggs you on. Where if I was an undercover cop, and I was like, "Oh, can you?"
She did egg him on, though. She did egg him on. She egged him on with that muscles comment.
Yeah, that's entrapment and that, and so like, but they didn't. He got his ass whooped, and then the other two will go back to like fucking tell him to like come on and leave it, sort of thing. See him getting arrested, and they tell Swan, "Oh yeah, he was arrested."
Well, taking a step back real quick, Jens, you're completely wrong on the entrapment part because she actually tells him at one point, "Slow down," And he says, basically no, and he forces himself on her further.
That's what I was.
When she whips out the cups. You're going to jail.
That's what I was saying when he said to the whole thing. He's like, "Oh, you don't understand. I like it rough." When he did that,
yeah, but
that was the comment that did not help his case any.
Yeah.
He'd already been invited.
Now all of a sudden we're playing rape case lawyer with Ajax. This whole thing, I don't know.
We are audit the audit. It's like that YouTube channel.
We should have a whole separate movie about Ajax's rape court case.
Yeah, no, right. If I was a lawyer, if I was Ajax's lawyer, I'd be like, well, he sat next to her, and they had a conversation where my client was led to believe he could have sex that night, and so he grabbed her breast, which I'd have to admit to the thingy was a little bit physical, but that was
it's real.
All right, so Jens, let's just say you and Big Mike are sitting on a park bench together, and you just are talking casually with Big Mike, and then all of a sudden Big Mike gets the signs that you want the big D. She's willing to give a little side things on the side away from Obama, and apparently you are going to be the target. Now, because you talked to Big Mike and you kind of led Big Mike on, is that entrapment, Jens? Did you willingly invite?
Yeah. You see, what should have happened is when fucking Ajax sat next to her on the bench, he should have said to him,
"The trial of Ajax,
like, hello," and done like, "Oh, nice night," sort of thing, and like conversation, nothing about sex.
Yes.
And then when he said,
"Would you, if you were a lawyer, would you defend Ajax in court for this situation?" Right?
Well, I'd probably look looking at some community service.
Would you cover up the details of Ajax just coming back from a gang meeting?
No.
I'd say and blowing up a car and all that shit.
No. Oh, well, like because I've seen enough cases in that shit of this and that on like films. That all a lawyer would say was like, my client is only guilty of roughing up a left tit, and then
I know, and then you know what's gonna happen, Jens? I'll tell you right now what's gonna happen. He's gonna get brought in. They're gonna see he's wearing a goddamn vest that says the Warriors, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, you were trying to round up gangs all night."
No, because as a lawyer, I'd make him wear a soap. But anyway,
also, it was past curfew when he was out at night.
The entrapment is
there was literally nobody else in the park but the Warriors, the gang they just beat up, and that woman just sitting there on the park bench.
Yeah, but the entrapment is she started making sexual conversation. If she didn't make any sexual conversation, if you're just talking about fucking, oh, I had the Mets fucking won or whatever and that shit, fucking, and then fucking Ajax started like grabbing a tit and that.
And then and then they show picture of her left tit all bruised up and hand marks and shit.
It's got a literal red handprint.
Yeah. Well, as I say, I'd get Ajax off on like.
Yeah, you'd get him off. You'd get him off. You wouldn't arrest if only you had Ajax handcuffed to a park bench. The situation would be a lot different, right?
Can we move on from the scene? I think that we have hammered this one home long enough.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, we're talking about this stupid park bench thing for over 15 minutes. I think we've had enough of it.
And then Frankenstein cop from Bizarro World hits Ajax in the stomach with a stick.
Actually, just slashing you, DBS. If you ever get fucking caught groping the fucking cop on a park bench late at night, don't expect me to fucking defend you.
See, I would to do something like that, Jens. Only you would be worried about that.
That's not really something on my list of things to
Yeah,
do.
well, as you told me, you can fuck off. I know you're not fucking having my defense.
Hey, don't get mad at me because you got a really shitty bucket list. Moving
For
on.
that bastard, I'm gonna go on the prosecuting side.
Yeah, I wouldn't be walking in the park. I have a car.
Well,
I
like say,
would, but I'm not going to talk to if some random woman is sitting there. I know that like, especially these days, I know that's a plant. I remember like the old people that like the old thing is saying like if there's a pretty woman who's trying to like get you to pay them money for sex, that's a cop.
Yeah, well, I thought like she looked too comfortable or too relaxed on that park bench late at night, being a woman. So I'd have like known there was something up. I thought.
Oh shit! The magic of the rape whistle, Jens.
Well,
The
yeah, I'd
magic
have
of the
thought
rape
she was rather a
whistle.
cop.
That was a very loud rape whistle. They had
Yeah.
what 3 cars pulled up, 2 or 3
Oh, yeah.
cars pulled up.
Yeah, and smashed the shit out of because he was fucking handcuffed to the bench, and so all he did was like have one arm and one leg
then-
because he had to like fucking stand on one leg.
And he calls the cop fucking wimp.
Yeah.
He's bleeding from his mouth, handcuffed to the bench. He looks up the cop, fucking wimp.
Fucking wimp.
Mm.
He was great in this movie, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He-
Lord Raiden was awesome.
Even though he was a complete prick, he was still a character that was,
Hey, well, I tell
fun
you
to
something.
watch. Fun to watch on screen.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
well-
pretty much a prick like that in almost every movie.
In a
So
lot
it's
of
kinda
movies,
David
yeah.
Patrick Kelly is always a jackass in every movie.
He-
He's in.
Even when he was Lord Raiden.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
He was.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he was replacement Raiden, though, right? He was.
Yeah.
Was Christopher Lambert was first Raiden.
Hey, well, I want
I
to know.
thought they were both bad ideas to cast as Raiden, but whatever.
Hey, I tell you something though. Was there a Warriors 2 done so we can see what happened to him? Because obviously, off camera, he's arrested, put in cells, and then probably like
Did,
later on charged.
did you ever research how much money the movie brought in? I mean, that's a
This
I-
was
a
not
good.
a, it was not a success. It was not a success.
No, it was a success. That's where you're wrong. So
No, I thought it
actually-
was a cult classic. I thought.
No, I have it sitting in the private chat.
Oh,
so the budget.
wow.
The
Cult classic don't mean it's gonna be shit.
Yeah, Jens, hold on 1 second. Let me read this off real quick. So the budget was an estimated $4 million, and the opening weekend in U.S. and Canada alone was $3.5 million, and worldwide the film brought in $22.5 million. Now, word of mouth, and this is something we were talking about in the green room with all the gangs that wound up going to see films like this, causing a commotion. That's when it actually lost more revenue that it could have gained if that didn't happen.
Oh, okay.
This thing was actually slated to probably hit like 35 million.
Oh,
I had always thought this was a cult
So
classic.
I'm surprised they didn't make a part 2 to this because
Yeah, but
usually when the movie's a success, they're like, yeah, let's make a part 2.
That's part of the problem. That's part of the problem, DBS, is because the gangs were going there and caused all the commotion. They didn't want to go back and do this particular film again.
They were going to remake this in the fucking. I think it was the late 2000s or early 2010s. There was plans for them to redo this, but it was going to be in the current era of when the movie came out. And going back to what you said, Tommy, about the real gang members being upset they weren't in this movie, that this movie they were going to use real gang members. And I never heard anything else about this movie ever since then. And it was supposed to be based. It was a DBS. It was supposed to be based out in your neck of the woods.
I mean, and that's another thing that caused a lot of problems on the set of this movie. Like some of the crew members were actually getting death threats, and and once again, like you were just saying, because the local gangs weren't cast in this movie, they had one gang that destroyed thousands of dollars worth of equipment while the entire crew was on a lunch break. They came in and they destroyed thousands of dollars worth of equipment. So the production had to hire a real gang. And that would be the biker gang called the Mongrels to protect the film trucks, and they paid them $500 a day.
Those pesky street gangs.
Mhm.
It's
Always
about,
up, always
you
up to
seen,
shenanigans.
Extortionist.
you seen the private chat?
Extortion.
Yeah, I don't know if you could see it or not, Jens, because this is stuff that I posted
What's up,
earlier.
Vigilante?
Yeah.
How you doing, bro?
What's up,
It's
Vid?
good.
Right.
Talk about the
Vigilante,
Warriors.
did you ever see the movie The Warriors?
The motherfucking Warriors.
Yeah.
I know. I
Well,
keep saying it. I know. I keep saying it. One of the best movies ever.
top 5
Ever.
movie. Top
Ever.
5. The one
All
of
right,
my
so,
top 5.
So, all right, I want to go around the horn here. Like, who's your favorite character in the movie? Tommy, do you got a favorite character in this movie?
You know what? I was, and you would think that I might say Swan or Ajax, but actually, I like Cochise. I don't know what it was that I liked about Cochise, but he was my favorite character in this movie.
Even though he was black, I believed he was Native Indian because of his acting skills.
He was also wearing.
I'm like,
fucking
yeah,
shit.
he's black. He convinced me he's Native Indian.
Is he your favorite too, DBS?
No, my favorite is Ajax.
Well, what were you gonna say, Tommy?
No, I was going to say, yeah, right down to he was wearing like the head feathers. He was wearing the beads.
Yeah, he had
across
I
the
think
chest.
he had the feather.
Plus,
The feathers
he was
dangling.
wearing the moccasins too.
Yeah.
The washboard thing on his chest, the whatever they
Yeah,
were.
that's the chest beads.
Darius, did you have a favorite character watching this movie for the first time?
You already know.
Ajax.
Yeah, my man James Remar.
Everyone loves the fucking rapist. Okay.
No, he's great. I'm used to seeing him as Harry in Dexter. You know, the voice of his
Oh,
conscience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
well,
guys were-
his
He should have been.
adopted cop father.
Yeah.
He should have been a character in Street Fighter, the video game.
Maybe
What
he
a-
was
what a-
in Mortal Kombat, the movie, the video game. If they made
Yeah,
one.
Street Fighter the movie, the video game.
What about Jens? What was Jens' favorite?
Yeah, Jens. I was about to say Jens.
My
You got a
favorite
favorite
is
guy?
Swan.
Are you-
The
Swan?
weird dude of the orphans, the leader of the orphans.
Yeah, because he reminds me so much of Death by Saber. And so,
you said Swan.
yeah, Swan, because he had the most masculinist chest.
All right,
He was
so
He was the sweatiest.
let's build off that. Who was your least favorite warrior?
Oh, I'll the fucking thingy one.
Rembrandt,
The
obviously.
soy cunt that just goes spraying and that.
I think everyone here's least favorite warrior is Rembrandt. Even though Rembrandt's lesbian meter was up
Well,
when it needed to be.
I would say Fox.
Fox is your least favorite?
Yeah.
See, I don't know. I'd have to think a bit for who my favorite is. It would either have to be Swan, maybe Swan or Ajax. Yeah, because they were the two who had the most,
Yeah.
Screen
They had-
time. They had the most screen time.
but they also had the most memorable dialogue too.
Yeah. I'll tell you, like,
Yeah.
Ajax. I mean,
Oh wait, I liked Vermin too. Vermin, I liked him.
No, but yeah, Rembrandt. If I'd have been like Swan or any other like fucking warriors and that, I'd have just been giving him loads of shit. I'd been like, "What the fuck have you come just to spray fucking?" I'd give him like loads of shit saying, "I told you to do weights tonight. Look at
You know it would be a good move. Hand him a pair of brass knucks, and be like, "Yeah, see if you could do anything with this." You little flimsy fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
honorable mention, Gone Way Too Soon, the leader, the original leader at the beginning.
Yeah, but I don't think I could count him. See,
No, but
I'm
he
gonna
was
go
cool.
back to it, but I'm gonna go back to it again. If you want to see shit about Cleon, play the PS2 game.
yeah, and
All right.
and he had a towel on his head.
It was like a turban or something. Yeah.
He was cool though. He
You
was
know,
smart.
how-
You know, he understood restraint. He knew what.
Oh, he
like to
kicks
do.
ass. Yeah, he kicks ass.
Oh yeah,
I'm
and
saying,
he started kicking ass when they
Yeah,
started
but-
coming at him. He started laying them out.
yeah, but fashion sense. I'm
Okay,
giving him
masculine
a
action
nice.
beats fashion sense. Yes.
And my second
yeah.
favorite character is Cyrus.
Oh,
You
he's
never
cool,
seen
yeah.
the Warriors Vigilante? Yeah, Cyrus for his little bit of screen time. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
his
definitely
dialogue.
stands out. He definitely stands out. Oh, Vigilante, you got to check this movie out, man. It's a fucking
Yeah, I'd never
classic.
seen it before.
Well,
Classic.
anyway, back to the film though. I was giving Rembrandt some shit, but he fucking saves the day when these three get with some fucking
Yeah.
what's
Yeah,
it?
when they get yes. All right,
Some
go back to when they
strange-
split up. When they get
strange
split up,
time.
The
What was it?
Lizzie.
the strange wool. They see
some-
waiting for them
yeah,
at
it
the
was
train
some strange
station.
wall. These six
Waiting at the train station,
yeah,
and then next thing you know, they're walking back to their apartment.
yeah. Which with Rembrandt, you know, because there's no way they're gonna find really. You know, if they would have said, "Oh yeah, you two can come, but fuck your soy cunt mate. He can go home and read some fucking Wonder Woman comics." Then yeah, I'd have been like, yeah. But because he got invited in, they should have known. Oh, this is fucking like really suspicious.
All right, so when they're going into the apartment, I like the girl's telling Vermin. She's like, "Oh, we know about the Warriors."
You guys are a heavy outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Vermin's like, "Yeah, I guess we are pretty well known."
We're
Yeah.
known we're known
That's-
for our cocks
Yeah,
as well.
that's-
Also, oh wait. Before that, the girl says to fucking Cochise, it's like our guys are up. They went to this meeting in the Bronx. They're lame, real crippled.
Yeah, because
Oh, yeah.
he's like, where's your dudes? Chicks like you always
Yeah,
had
always
dudes.
have dudes.
yeah. When they said, "Oh yeah, oh we know the fucking Warriors and that," they should have known. Well, how come you know us? and
Yeah,
that?
like I was saying, like they didn't have. Maybe that's why they scrapped the whole thing with fucking Snow and the radio because it would have interrupted with the Warriors not
Yeah.
knowing these
Yeah, because
these
but no, it's a
radio
get on 'em.
messages going out to all the other gangs.
Yeah,
So they were
yeah,
like, "Yeah, we can't have the radio."
yeah, unless they'd written the script that the radio had been broken and the only tape deck worked. But
Oh, like yeah, it got smashed during the fucking police raid.
yeah,
Something like that.
yeah, he got shot by a
It got
madman.
it got broken over fucking Cleon's head when the rich started beating the shit out of him.
Oh,
But anyway,
R.I.P.
Death by elbow.
Here's where Death by Saber went a bit quiet and was all fucking like fucking muted and that, and then when he did unmute, we just heard some oil motion and a bit of heavy breathing. But yeah, go on, DBS. This is your
What?
favorite scene. You was fucking
What
loving
the
this.
fuck did Jens just say? I don't even know. What
He was reaching. He was reaching. But like I said, the Lizzie scene when the fight broke out, I wish a titty would have
No,
flopped out.
Yeah, but
All right, wait.
the fight, though,
It's not the what was leading up to a fight. We
yeah,
won't say a fight with who. So they bring the Warriors up to the apartment, and it's kind of like King of New Yorkish when we were watching that scene with King of New York with the police raid. How like everything in the house looks fucked up and cracked out, but they have a jukebox. They have a bunch of other stuff in there. It looks like a very rundown apartment.
Oh, well,
They got a jukebox in there though. That was
yeah, probably one of the
1970s.
boyfriends
That was
in
the
flat.
1970s.
Yeah.
Boyfriends. These girls don't have boyfriends. Spoiler: they don't have boyfriends.
Well, they probably do, but they're not going to tell. But anyway, they get.
I don't think so.
With a name called the
The
Lizzies.
Lizzies? I don't think so, man. Yeah, Lizzies. I'm sorry, man. That one girl should have gave it away. That one, the giant. the
The
giant. of the
giant
whole group.
native, the Indian woman.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
looks like she.
But they look
The
more vital
Comanche.
to me.
She was
But anyway,
full-blooded Comanche.
She looks like she could take a chair shot to the face.
I
Oh
don't
wait, she
fuck
did
that.
take a chair shot.
Oh, hey,
That's
big
right.
side
Yes, she did.
bitches love fucking Cara Dude. What's her name? Fucking
And,
Gina
and I'm
Carano.
glad they used the real chair, not a fake. They
That
busted
would have been
over her
awesome
head.
if they
No,
did.
you're rushing it though. You're rushing it because thingy though, here's where
Yeah. They get the siren song going. They're like, take your pick. They're like,
Yeah.
fall
And-
out. Take your pick.
Yeah. And here's where fucking Maurice, whatever his name is, fucking saves the
Rembrandt.
day.
Rembrandt's
Yeah, Rembrandt. That's it,
Rembrandt's
Rembrandt.
Rembrandt's lesbian radar is going off. He
Well,
sees something's wrong.
I don't know. I think Rembrandt's lesbian radar's going off because his gaydar's fine. But anyway, Rembrandt, he is a bit suspicious because he probably knows being looking like fucking a soid bitch. Why are these women after him? So he's not fucking getting off with any women. He's just looking around.
And the
thinking,
other two are fucking like sucking
Yo.
face with the other two girls.
yeah, grabbing
Grabbing one of them was grabbing tea.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw.
Yeah.
The one who
Mm.
Cochise.
That was
yeah.
Vermin was the
But
one.
no,
grabbing the-
Cochise is. Oh, all right. I remember
Grab-
when the girl pulls out the
Cochise-
switchblade. I thought it was Cochise.
Yeah, Cochise grabbed two girls, and Vermin was the one like all up on the other one grabbing and shit.
Yeah.
And,
But anyway,
And then it
Well,
goes down.
yeah, because the girls have a plan where one of them gets a fucking knife out and the other one gets a gun.
Also, the
Oh,
girl
no,
making the girl making out with Vermin takes a break from making out with Vermin and goes to grab her gun, and she gives fucking this scene was awesome too. The way they did this. So Rembrandt's all scared by the door,
Yeah,
and then every single one of the lesbians gives him. Sorry, yeah, spoiler. Every single one of the lesbians gives him this evil look. The first girl who starts shooting at them, she
No, but
pulls
bring
a
it up.
gun out, gives him an evil look. Then he looks at the giant in the chair. She gives him an evil look, and then he turns around, and the other girl, she was actually one of the few cute girls in the Lizzies. She locks the door and gives him. He locks the door and gives him a smile, and then the other girl. There were like two girls of the Lizzies who were the mouthpieces for everybody. It looked like the two white girls in the Lizzies were the mouthpieces for all of them.
Well, you know what the funny part is? They kind of make it like when she says, "You're the ones that shot Cyrus." It sounded like they said it loud enough for everybody to hear, but the only person that caught it was Rembrandt.
Yeah.
No, but thinking about Rembrandt sees one of them gets a flick knife out and he shouts knife sort of thing. And that's when the lights start kicking off, and then she gets the gun out.
Chicks
And
are
that's when they shout.
The
"You
chicks are
shot
packed.
me."
No, he doesn't say knife because the one girl, the one big girl over there, she was sharpening the knife the whole time that they were making out. In case you didn't catch that, what he says is they're packing when she pulls the gun out.
The chicks are packed.
Chicks are packed.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
And then you see two of them
this is
have
where
guns.
Rembrandt though saves the day because he noticed that fucking these chicks are gonna fucking get, and then they fucking leg it, don't they? And fucking
Well, no, they don't leg it. They beat the
Well,
fuck
well,
out of these girls.
yeah, well, they get
Except
out
for
of
the
the
two
chair
girls.
anyway.
Well, no, he
Yeah.
decks the one girl with the gun. The first girl who was making out with Vermin, it's the very first girl who gives Rembrandt the evil look before it goes down.
Yeah, yeah. and then-
she gets jacked in the face. She gets fucking pummeled.
yeah, because
And then the other girl is shooting at them.
yeah, and one of them.
But they
fucking-
smash. I love the slow motion shot of when they smash their way out the door. That's fucking awesome.
Oh well, I would say that one of them gets the chair smashed in them where he said, "Yeah, fucking,
Yeah, the fucking chair shot.
And who does that? Who smashes the chair and who smashed the door?
Cochise.
That's Coach.
It was Cochise.
Oh, gee.
yeah," and he fucks like a few of them up, but there's one of them still shooting. But because the women, the fucking female action, fucking is realistic. in
Vermin.
this.
Berman
And
gets
the
a good
doctor-
punches a bitch in the face real good.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
one with the
the
gun.
Well,
Yeah, the first
I don't know. I don't know about that one, Jens. Because I was watching some of those Death Wish movies today, and it's absolutely hysterical how many times Paul Kersey misses.
Yeah, there some
Yeah,
of those
but
Death
Paul
Wish movies
Casey.
are
Yeah, but Paul Casey fucking kills them
4
in
and
the end.
5.
Where
4
these
and
didn't.
5 shouldn't
So they
exist.
escape, don't they? Fucking. Oh no, they don't escape uninjured because Finger gets shot in the. No, he gets slashed, doesn't he? In the fight, he gets slashed in the arm.
Paul
The little-
Kersey has gotten shot and stabbed throughout all those movies. If you watch all of them, he's not making it out of those movies unscathed.
No, I said he fingers out, doesn't he? He kills the fucking like person who he wants to kill.
Eventually,
Like these women.
eventually, I'm gonna end up doing the first 3 Death Wish movies.
Oh yeah.
I can't do 4 and 5. Maybe I'll do 4 and 5 as a
No,
joke.
yeah, skip the last ones. 1 and 2 are the most important ones.
I was going to say, I wouldn't mind doing one day, and it's such a rarely talked about movie with Charles Bronson is Death Hunt.
Never saw it.
No, that's one he's up in Canada.
I like the mechanic.
Yeah.
The mechanic was good.
Yeah, the
He
mechanic
he has a whole group come after him up there. It's pretty good damn movie.
Yeah, well, we'll do that after Death Wish 3.
Yeah. Slasher one day do the mechanic. Charles
That one.
Bronson.
Yeah, I like that one. I never
That
saw the
one's
state.
good.
I never saw the Statham one, but
No,
Oh, yeah.
don't even bother, man, with that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right. Hold
it's an
on.
arm slash.
Hold on. Before we get to the Rembrandt and the arm slash as they're running out, there is one other thing to mention in this. So in the original script, somebody is not supposed to make it out of that fight with the Lizzies. Vermin
Yeah.
was originally scripted to be killed by the Lizzies.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it looked like he got
Wow.
shot in the head at the end.
Was he like spilled to death?
the fucking
They,
So
well,
why
I
does it
didn't-
decide?
I
Did-
didn't read. I didn't read through why, and I think it might have had something to do with filming
Fox.
Fox's death because he wasn't supposed to die. So I guess they figured, well, he's getting rid of
Oh,
Fox.
yeah,
He's
we
going to
need-
have to keep Vermin.
yeah, this was like everything that's everything
Yeah,
when you
'cause-
learn about this movie, it seems like there was a lot of
Yeah, 'cause
We need
rewrites
some
and
little
reshoots.
Vermin-
scene.
Vermin was the last one out the door, and you see like she shot towards him, and he ducked. Like you can see, like it looked like he got shot in the head, but
Yeah,
He made it,
maybe he was supposed to be shot leaving.
Mhm.
and that's when they run into the street and like what was said before, fucking Rembrandt is the only one who's like, they think we shot Cyrus, we're not gonna make it back.
Yeah.
And the other two are like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Well,
Like
they was
holy
fucking-
shit!
Yeah, they was too busy fucking.
yeah, they
aiming
yeah,
the gunshot.
exactly.
Their hard-ons were going down at this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no post-nut clarity. They're just in complete sadness now at this point.
Yeah.
But then after that big revelation is when we get the cutscene back to Swan, and then he is met back up with Mercy, and Mercy tells him that Fox was gone.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden we get Sonny Lanham as cop number 3 chasing after him. He hits him in the leg with the shins.
The
You know,
battle
So
Yeah,
here's another side
They're
note
still
for
on the
that.
ground,
Oh,
though.
Jens,
They're not still where they are.
Jens, hold on 1 second.
No, but I'm saying
No.
they're still on the ground though, aren't they? In the tube trains. So
No, what
they do is they
just
run
come
onto
down
the
the steps. They just
What
came
they
down
do-
the steps from the top.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
we're saying where they are. sort
Yeah,
of
but
thing.
hold on, Jens, hold on a second.
Go on.
So in that scene where he actually throws the bat at Landham, Michael Beck swings the bat, and when he swings it back, he hits the boar right in the face. She wound up having to go to the hospitals and get stitches, and apparently she still has the scars from it today.
Okay, now was that off camera? off camera then? Because I didn't see it on.
Well, no,
film.
it was in what? It was in the first take. In the first take, he swings the bat back to throw it like he's throwing it at Lanham, running at him. But he swings it wrong and hits her right in the face.
Yeah, because the cop's chasing him and he throws it at his legs where it hits his shins.
So they had to stop filming for a little bit.
Yeah,
Where?
It sounds like everything that's fucking being talked about. It seems like this movie took like 3 years for them to film with all the shit going on.
All the mistakes.
Also, you know, it was filmed in the subway system, so like I'm sure it cost money, a lot of money, for them to film in the subway system back then.
Well,
like you said, there was only one set, and that was the bathroom at the end, right, Tommy? So
the bathroom fight scene was the only one that was filmed in a set. Everything else was filmed on locations.
Yeah, everything else was legit, like tying up fucking time for the subway system.
Yeah, because you said the cop that gets hit in his shins with a baseball bat, what's thrown at him, is Sonny's thingy from Predator.
Yeah, Sonny Lanham. He was in Predator and he was also in 48 Hours. And funny enough, both in 48 Hours and Predator, he has the exact same name, Billy.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden, after he blasts him in the fucking kneecap with the baseball bat, then another fucking 20 cops come swarming out. So they gotta run into the tunnel. And then we get her fucking horror conversation.
Yeah, where Death by Saber was another quiet moment for him.
Fox before called her a whore and she got really offended. But then she's like spilling her guts to Swan, and she's basically
I remember. She's like, I don't remember who I slept with.
You know what? I think
who she slept with on Friday and then Saturday.
Yeah, so Fridays are good, Saturdays are better. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. But I think the best thing in that dialogue between them two is where Swan tells her, "Why don't you just walk around with a mattress
tie
your back?"
a mattress to your back.
Yeah, which in hindsight, with that mattress girl, remember, like about 5-7 years ago, she claimed she was raped.
What?
Yeah, she claimed she was raped. And then she would walk around with a mattress.
Oh shit, yes. Okay. My god. Oh, I had blocked that out from my fucking memory.
I know. Blast from the past.
Yeah, but I guess this girl would have her mattress on her back for a different reason. Yeah, it would be for real. Not to make a statement about rape.
About an imaginary rape, because it turned out she didn't even get raped by this dude who she claimed she was raped by. It was like a publicity stunt. I think she was doing it.
Yeah, I know. It happens all the time with this shit.
Yeah, views and a fucking lawsuit. So, but anyway, yeah. So, fucking Death by Saber. Tell us how much you like Swan giving his orphan.
He kissed her, man. He kissed her.
Yeah,
and
just finger bang.
Yeah, with all the orphan jizz, all 30 orphan jizz samples in her mouth.
You would have gone.
He kissed her, and then he gets mad and walks away.
You both are
He kisses her, and then he gets mad and walks away.
He walks away. He got mad because he could taste all 30 jizz samples in her mouth.
What did he expect, though? When she came walking out of the fucking house like that, what did he expect from the very first second he saw that fucking dish rag?
I'd have sucked the tits. And then
I just don't know when her legs got ball dirty.
Can you get AIDS through sucking a tit? I don't think so. So maybe I would have done that. It's not even like her tits are spectacular. But, she got a little mosquito bite titties. But sometimes little titties can look nice if they're shaped right. Yeah.
He was mad because
I'm not one of these guys that think a girl has to have basketball sized tits.
No, she didn't have little titties.
Swan got mad. Swan got mad because he noticed she was wearing a new jacket. It's like, where'd you get this jacket?
All right, see, that's another part that that I thought was funny. She said, yeah, and she said she stole it because cops are looking for someone with a pink
Oh
top.
yeah.
So why didn't she button the jacket up? Because cops can still see she's wearing a pink top. She's wearing the jacket open.
Wow.
We're 1970s cops that
You
fucking
give her a
stupid.
break though, Slasher. She's
We're 1950s cops that's we're
yeah, but she's on the
1970s
run.
cops.
Yeah, but she's on the run. She's fucking got the top part. She's looking for the bottoms. Fucking give her a break.
Oh, she's
Shit.
looking for
Oh,
bottom. She's looking at the bottom.
I am so sorry, guys. I forgot an extra. So this is supposed to happen before he meets up with Mercy. This is my bad. I completely forgot about this one. It was on the last page and it kind of got buried in all the notes. So before Swan meets back up with Mercy, get ready for this one. Swan is actually supposed to be kidnapped by a gang called the Dingoes.
No.
And the Dingoes are a homosexual gang.
No.
I would have quit.
I
The
can't-
actor
I
played by
can't-
Swan. I said, "Nah, time out. I quit."
I can't
This
say
is
I
one
ran.
of the things. Yeah, one of the things that I'm glad was cut from the script.
I don't think you run across this gang in the PS2 game.
Yeah,
There's no gang grape torture missions in this game.
so you were kidnapped by the dingo.
The dingoes.
Yeah, he eventually escapes from them, but it wasn't really clear on whether or not he gets molested.
Would
or
their
not.
biggest rivals be the Lizzies?
Oh no,
He
I won't know.
He bops his way out of there.
Yeah.
Would the Lizzies be their biggest rivals?
Yeah, right. Maybe. How do you know that that's not the gang that they were talking about? That's real
Oh,
lame.
all right. Sorry, I'll be back for a
Purple.
second. Go ahead, guys. Keep talking. Sorry.
You're right. That's the dudes. They're the lame and crippled.
Yeah.
They walk around in purple speedos and the leather chaps. Assless chaps.
Yeah.
Well, that's the funny thing. You know, all chaps are assless.
Mm.
They're yeah. Back. Yeah, you're talking facts there.
I know. I gotta stop doing that. I gotta stop making so much sense.
Yeah, stop
No,
making
when I
sense.
read that about that gang that was supposed to be in there, though, I just died and I was like, oh, I got to include this one because I guarantee Slasher's never heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like that Robert De Niro should have been a cowboy.
Yeah, they approached him for the role. Yeah,
And he's like, hell no, what the fuck?
that
No
would.
way.
I don't know if it would have worked, quite honestly, because I mean, at that point, I think De Niro would have looked too old to be playing, like way too old to be playing somebody who's supposed to be a 17 or younger person. You know?
Yeah, but thing is though, when you watch the What Warriors, you don't think they're 17, you just think they're like late 20s sort of thing, innit?
Yeah, especially since not every single one of them looks young.
No.
Michael
you just think
Beck,
like-
Swan.
yeah,
Michael Beck
yeah.
does not look young in this movie.
No. Well, I think it was one of them where there has been films where it's been done for a younger fucking cast, but they know because it's an action film and that. And so if you're having like 15-year-old boys running around, it'll be like a female fucking led action film. So you want dudes who are in the mid-20s that look like early.
Have you ever
sort of
seen The
teens.
Outsiders?
Well, any
The
female
movie
led
with all
action-
the Brat Packers, The Outsiders.
Well, you get it's a bit like Karate Kid, where you're not going to get the best fucking action out of it. And so, if you're doing a film with action and that, like, you need to get.
Well, Karate
dudes.
Kid wasn't an action movie.
No,
Karate Kid
yeah.
was not.
no. So that's what
It
I
was
mean.
an underdog movie.
Yeah. But you set
It was like more. It was more of a teenage drama than an action.
Yeah. So you're setting it in a sort of realm where the action isn't the focus of the film. The focus of the film, as you say, it's a like teenage sort of fucking getting into manhood fucking.
But yeah, these weren't also the type of teenagers that we get in this movie. Like according to the way like it's
No.
said that they're supposed to be 16, 17. Like Karate Kid was like a kid dealing with high school. These were guys who fucking these were teenagers who live on the streets and fucking wear gang colors.
Yeah, but I'm
This
just
is
saying, like,
not,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's completely different from a high school hijinks movie.
no, but when they did the remake of Karate Kid, it was a bit more of a younger sort of fucking more like 13 to fucking 14 age group.
You mean what? Karate Kid 2 and 3? Or are you talking about the
No.
fucking Jaden Smith one? Is that what
Yeah.
you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Oh,
we
I
got
don't want to
the-
talk about that one. I'll never watch that one.
No.
Never.
Yeah,
Oh
you
my
know,
god, this is real?
well, I thought it was some kind of fucking female-led action sort of fucking character,
This
but it's a dude.
What the fuck does he have on a leash? What is that he has? Looks like a.
Oh, wait there. Let me zoom in a little bit. Because I'll fucking real good at these. Oh,
He has
it's
something
a
on a leash.
greyhound dog.
It looks like a chicken.
No, it's a greyhound dog. It's like front paw.
Oh,
and then-
okay. Yeah. Now I
All right,
see.
all right, hold on here. So originally they were a homosexual gang who captured Swan temporarily, but this was cut from the script. They were scripted to own Doberman Pinschers, and although they may appear in Cyrus's meeting, the dingoes are referenced in unused audio by the Destroyers in Heavy Muscle.
Yeah, it looks like how I picture that 70s fan to look like in
Okay.
the 70s.
All right. So here, this is something. All right. Doing it again. Going back to the PlayStation 2 game. There's a gang in the game called the Destroyers, and this gang had nothing. They made this gang up for the video game.
Yeah,
And
probably.
Vermin, and I think Cleon and Vermin are supposed to be members of this gang, and the gang turned on them, and they broke away from the gang, and because they have this whole huge build up to the birth of the warriors in this game. Like the game is like it's the birth of the warriors, and the last level of the game is the movie. Like you're playing through scenes of the movie. And the Destroyers was the gang that they made up for the game. So maybe the Dingoes is part of that.
I'm guessing so. I mean, this says this was originally for the script, so this had to be before the game.
Okay, because I know the Destroyers were not in the movie, but I thought they had made up that gang for the game.
Apparently, if they've got mentioned that there was unused audio, and it has something with the Destroyers mentioned in it. So apparently, it was in the original script, and it was just unused. Because it's like any movie, there's a whole lot of shit that's cut.
Yeah.
That they, it's like, well, why waste time on this? Why waste time this? It slows down the momentum of the movie.
Yeah,
Like the deleted scenes. Yeah. The fucking.
No, but like,
I think it's kind of lame. That I wish they would have at least showed their headquarters once.
Yeah, but like budget reasons, isn't they? There's some like where the script, like yeah, oh, this is fucking great, but then the budget comes in and they're like, oh shit. Well, like there's some scenes like the budget's not fucking stretching to, and so fucking we're gonna have to delete them or like not film them at all, just totally fucking remove them from the script.
But where are we at in the movie after the?
So you ended with Swan and Mercy going through the train tubes,
and he leaves Mercy again. He leaves Mercy again. He said, "I like what he says to her. He's like, you're just a part of everything that's happening, and it's all bad. There were some really good fucking lines in this movie. I know Darius was really digging all the lines in this movie.
But once again, she's done what she's done from the beginning, where she first met them with the orphans. She still follows them anyway.
Yeah,
because
he winds up in the other part of the subway, and he's being followed by the punks. Who are these dudes in roller skate or on roller skates? Only one guy is on roller skates, and that's the leader.
yeah, only one of them.
All right.
But they're all wearing. They all look like farmers.
Yeah, they got the dungarees and fucking just to like.
I noticed they have one black member.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Oh well, yeah, it's pretty a multiracial sort of gangs, because like I think there's only one gang I saw that was like all black. Rest of them they had a whitey.
Well, all the riffs were black.
That's impossible. Mainstream media has told us that this has never happened before.
Well, every single one of the riffs was black. There was not a single. I didn't. And we see all the riffs because they're showing all of them.
And then dudes who at the beginning who I said I liked because it was all dressed like smart in like purple sort of like fucking waistcoats and.
But the Warriors were a multiracial. I'm sorry, fucking what's his face did not look white. He looked Rembrandt looked like he was like Puerto Rican or something. He looked Hispanic.
Yeah, Bennington advert, the Warriors was.
Like, how many white guys total in the Warriors? 3, right? 4? What we got?
Fox.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Cowboy.
So Fox, Cowboy, Ajax,
Swan, Ajax.
Fox, Cowboy, Ajax,
Swan. White.
Fox and Cowboy. Wait. Fox, Cowboy, Ajax, Swan, and fucking
only Ajax and Swan, I'd say, was white.
Did you say Snow?
No. No. Who's the other white guy?
No. Vermin looks like
Vermin
looks Mexican.
No, Vermin was white. Vermin looked Italian.
Yeah,
I thought Vermin was, especially with Vermin's voice. Vermin sounds like he's part Italian or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I should know.
The cast was split right down the middle. So there was 4 white guys and then 4 people of Spanish or black descent.
So I wondered, did Cleon's woman who got fucking edited out of the fucking beginning scene, did she get paid for this movie? I'm wondering.
Yeah, hard to say.
Oh, also when they did the deleted scenes, there's one where it takes them like 5 extra minutes to walk up to the meeting. And it's a lot of the Warriors bitching at Cleon, like, "Are you sure we're going the right way?" And he's like, "Shut up!" Shut up.
Real quick, I need to make a correction on something I said earlier. So I thought the pimp guys were the electric eliminators. No, that is wrong. So the electric eliminators wear the yellow jacket.
They were the ones with those satin jackets.
The ones with the purple that are pimped out, they're called the boppers.
Yeah, the boppers. Okay. I want to be a part of the boppers. Anyway, let's get back to the film because, right, this is where it gets fucking good. So we've got the fucking.
This is where it gets good. It's been good.
Yeah, this is where the masculine action comes. This is where fucking I should have been fucking, but I was only fucking 4 at the time, so I wouldn't have probably been all that good in this film. But this is where I should have been in the film in my prime, doing this scene, like because the see Swan and his like orphan bed always got. I like
orphan bird.
Yeah, and he stood there, and she comes up, and she's like, "Oh, there's them 3 guys watching you," and he's like, "Yeah, well, I knew they was watching me, but
now they know I know it."
Yeah, now they know that I know they're watching me, and that, and then he
And then he
gives a
spots the
look.
rest of the warriors pulling up.
Yeah, he gives a look, and
And he
it's
gives
like
him a
perfect
signal. He
timing.
gives him a signal to the bathroom with a little
Yeah,
head
give
nod.
perfect timing. He sees the rest of the warriors like have found him, and he gives them the signal, go to the bathroom. So they go into the bathroom, and that where the one of the roller skates rolls in, and that after them, and they've all like spoilers a bit. They've all gone into the cubicle.
Stalls. The
Yeah.
bathroom. They're
There with the piss on the
we
floor.
call them cubicle,
Yeah,
but
they're
cubicle
chilling in there.
stalls and that. Yeah,
The
they've
bathroom
gone in
stalls
there
and
and they're just hiding where the dude
and,
in the roller skates.
roller skate guy pulls out a switchblade
Yeah, starts like
and he's
having a look.
slowly
and that.
skating across the bathroom.
Yeah, having a
Goes
look.
to the last stall.
If it was truly realistic, his skates should have got stuck on that floor, and he just would have frozen.
Yeah, there would have been a lot more condoms and
Yeah,
fucking
piss.
and
Yeah,
He-
this is real
he
bad for the
skate-
track.
Skate dude. He
especially in
won the bathroom stall lottery with Rembrandt when he opened the door.
you know what?
Behind
Well,
door
don't
number
spoil-
3.
Yeah, well, you're spoiling it there. You're
You
spoiling
know
it
what?
because
It
skate dude. Yeah,
couldn't have been an accurate New York subway bathroom because there was no hypodermic needles on the floor.
Yeah, and aborted fetuses. But anyway, so the skate dude, he finally goes to one of the doors, and
No,
he's
those
just
would have been in the garbage can.
Well, yeah. Well, that's in the mountain female, but anyway. So, skate dude, he goes to one of the cubicle doors, and they're like, well, there's got to be. He goes to open it, and then Rembrandt, fucking masculine.
Rembrandt's one
action.
scene of glory. His one
Yeah, the
scene of
masculine
glory.
action around him has inspired him to fucking spray this dude in the face with probably toxic fucking spray in them days,
And one punch.
spray paint, and then one punch in the face, and then the rest of
And
the
then
warriors
boom, and then the fucking all those stalls open like a fucking like a horse race at the same time.
Yeah,
And we get the greatest fucking fight ever.
That one guy from the freaking Punks, the real big dude, he picks up Vermin and throws him into
the fucking air.
Vernon gets fucking thrown into the fucking mirror where it smashes and that, and he falls on the floor, and a few other winners get smashed by fucking crazy fucking like it's not bats, is it? But they got hockey sticks or something. But
They one of the lead one, the littlest, ugliest one on the roller skates. He's got a switchblade. One of them got a chain. They're all they all got these random fucking.
they got some like pipes or whatever.
It's
all going down.
Because the hockey sticks don't come into play until the end. Like there's a whole bunch of riffs at the end that have hockey sticks.
Right, yeah, well, I just remember it being like so fucking hectic in that. Things were getting smashed and that fucking. And this is like where masculine action,
Minus Rembrandt.
Well, no, Rembrandt did, but you see, the thing with Rembrandt
he got a
is,
punch. He did get a punch.
Rembrandt is he's not the
He's a little bitch. The thing with Rembrandt is he's a little bitch.
Yeah, that's why, I'd have just been giving him shit, saying, why did you fuck? Well, I'd have been giving him shit because I'd have fucking not been. I wouldn't have been.
First of all, if I was recruiting for a gang, I'd be like, "Yo, Rembrandt, you got an older brother."
Yeah, he can punch in that, but it's just.
Yeah, he did knock this down. All right. Listen. All right, you got to put an asterisk next to this because he did knock this dude down with one punch, but the dude was wearing roller skins.
Well, the thing with Rembrandt,
this dude
and he had paint. He had paint in his face too.
Yeah.
Well, the thing with Rembrandt is like my mate. who like was skinny like that, but he could punch fucking hard and that because he did like sort of like do weights and that.
Well,
Even though
I'm skinny and I could punch hard, but I don't fucking. I'm not.
Well, all right, all right.
No,
So I want to give Rembrandt just a little bit of credit here for this one, because let's not forget that's the same arm that he got sliced by the lizard.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
He
Well,
did get
the thing with
sliced. Yeah,
Rembrandt-
that's true. He does have battle damage. Okay,
well, yeah, but the thing with Rembrandt is like a glass soldier, as in, oh yeah, it can fuck you up, but one or two punches to Rembrandt and his rib cage is fucking caved in.
Yeah,
So,
but in the same token, though, Jens, he's the tagger.
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'd have been kicking off saying, why the fuck have you brought a tagger?
To let everyone know the warrior.
Yeah.
It's because of the same fucking reason they're going through this whole thing wearing their fucking vests instead of just taking them off. It's the fucking pride thing and trying to fucking. It's gang mentality. It's why Bloods wear red bandanas and
all I'm saying
shit,
is,
bro.
all I'm saying is,
By the way, here's Mercy getting in on the bet.
Yeah, Rembrandt shouldn't have really been there, and so, but because he knew he couldn't like do much damage, but what he had to, he fucking away. But yeah, and then he grabs that dude's hair and that, and they all kick the shit out of fucking these always
and an awesome fucking fight.
Yeah.
My favorite fucking.
I love when Cochise gets the chain off the one guy and he does that thing where he wraps around his neck and flips him over him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a great move too.
Yeah.
Good too.
I think so, right?
But even the way, just the way this fight starts out. First, you get the spray paint, and then boom, all the fucking stall doors open.
Yeah.
This scene looks like it would have been a lot of fun to be involved filming it.
I'll tell you something, right? It probably wasn't all that choreography and that. It was probably one of them where you're like, oh yeah, you know, sort of like what we're gonna do, sort of thing. But it was one of them where
here we got a couple of short shots of
yeah, the like probably
the way the bat breaks on that guy is fucking awesome.
Yeah, try and make it look fucking like realistic as you can and that shit. So you know, it was not like choreographed as fucking professionally as it would be now. And so, you know, they'd be like, "Oh no, don't hit him that hard" and all that shit. Unless like they're doing some masculine fucking cheap bullshit, but because like it is one of them. I wouldn't say exploitation, but it is pretty much.
No. I would totally put this under exploitation movie.
Yeah,
I would 100%.
Yeah, but
I would say.
Yeah, but there's real like thingy like when like they're in prison and that shit, man, and they have to make film. Yeah, that's where.
What does everyone else think? Does everyone else think this is an exploitation movie?
Slight exploitation, but that's the thing though. They will fucking beat the shit out of each other. It's like with Hong Kong fucking martial art films. It's like, well, if you're gonna fucking be in this film, you're gonna get probably your head booted in 2 or 3 times, because if you don't, there's someone else that will. So.
Well, the great thing about that fight scene, the way they filmed it, was like how everyone is so like in an enclosed area, and there's a bunch of people fighting.
Well, here's another funny thing though, and I mean it kind of goes in with the other stuff that I mentioned earlier. So at this point, you don't see Michael Beck, Swan. You don't see him using any more weapons in this final fight scene, because he's already sent two people in the injury with the guy that he broke the 3 ribs with during the fight, and then with Mercy would hit her in the face with the freaking bat.
Oh yeah.
So at this point, you noticed he wasn't using any more weapons.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was like right. Even though there's a bit of a spoiler at the end, but it's like, yeah, the only weapon he's going to use is
No. Wait, he does
There's a
use
cut
one
scene.
more. He
Yeah,
does
no,
use
but-
one more weapon. Yeah, but it's
No,
not.
I won't
He's really
spoil it,
throwing
but-
the fucking.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
like
The
he's
other weapon he uses is like there's going to be a cut scene, so he's not going to be really using that weapon. We're going to cut it so it makes it look like he uses the weapon.
But the fucking so
Yeah,
what the punks, the fucking idiots in the overalls.
yeah.
They beat the fuck out of these guys, and the last shot of that too. That's another one of the shots I really like in this movie is when he fucking back body drops that guy through the bathroom stall, and then we get the camera cut to like you're inside the bathroom stall,
It's all
and this
snoring.
guy lands on your lap while you take the shit.
Yeah, Darius is snoring.
That's Darius Van Storehouse.
Hello. Mute him, Sasha. Oh,
I got it.
yeah.
But there were like a lot of awesome cuts in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Even the small things like when they're running from the cemetery and it's raining. Like
Yeah, well, fucking great film. We're gonna cook. I fuck about like if anyone knows what I'm like, they'll know what score I'm gonna give this fucking film. But yeah, fucking for its fucking time and like how low budget and like fucking unlike known as actors and that they had in it. Fucking and the action because like you wouldn't expect the action scenes to be as good as they are. Considering like
no, I don't know. I went into this movie being like, you know, I like I said, I was like 18 or 19, maybe 20 something, so around that era. And I'd seen it for the first time. I was like, I loved it enough to buy it on VHS, and then not too long after that, I bought it on DVD. But yeah, let's try. I want Tommy to stick around, so because I want to hear his like final things.
yeah, well, let's get to the end of the film. So they leave the fucking toilets and that after fucking up the punks, and then they go on the train.
Well, we also get the scene of the Riff's hideout where someone comes walking in saying he saw who shot Cyrus, and then it cuts to the Warriors making their way back home to Coney.
Yeah.
So they make their way back home to Coney.
Yeah.
And
we get there and
so-
they're thinking it's all fucking great and
the
that.
rogues come pulling up,
Yeah. And the
following them
famous
slowly.
scene. Yeah.
Where
the
me and Tom,
famous-
where Tommy and I visited Coney Island, the boardwalk Coney Island, which is completely fucking different, completely different from like
Well, I mean-
2021 Coney Island.
Well, there were still a few things to seem like the bathhouse or whatever it is that you see in the one scene when they're underneath the boardwalk. That's actually still there. We just didn't really notice it from where we were at because we were so busy trying to figure out where they were standing, and I didn't even realize at the time that it was underneath the boardwalk and that it was, you know, completely boarded up because, you know, drug addicts and everything else, and people robbing people from underneath there. So
I always heard that about Coney Island was like hearing stories of women getting pulled under the fucking boardwalk and you know, violated and such.
Yeah,
drug addicts hanging out underneath the boardwalk.
The dark side of Coney Island. But the dark side of Death by Saber is he's beeping like a fucking radar. Fucking mute him, man. You don't know why he's beeping.
Well, let's wind it down. So they're getting followed out. They're getting followed out by the rogues, and
and the
then we
famous
get the
scene.
famous scene.
Warriors come out to play.
And
so they do.
They
They go on the beach.
I'd say all the actors that were in the gang, the Warriors, at that point, they did a good job of having a bit of like a look of concern on their faces because they keep scrolling across their faces while he's doing this.
I mean, look at what they already been through at this point.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, this is all in one freaking night that they were supposed to go on through all those territories evade all those gangs, and they've been
Yep,
running and
they've been
fighting
through
and
the
ducking.
fucking ringer.
And to mention too that come out and play that whole scene was actually improvised by David Patrick Kelly. That wasn't in the script.
Yeah, well, Dave, he does a fucking great psychotic fucking
Yeah, he's an
interpret-
awesome fucking psycho.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you like you can see why, like, because his character is supposed to be psychotic in that, because you see glimpses of it and like fucking, and then this scene is where you're like, oh yeah, this is like fucking some dude who's got really bad problems, but obviously he wants to play, and so fucking the Warriors go down to play.
They draw them out. They draw them out to the beach. Oh, sorry, man. This guy does not look intimidating, man. They
What? No. But you see,
sorry. This
No,
guy
but
does not
never-
look intimidating. They look like a bunch of fucking idiots.
yeah, but never be judging a book by its cover. There could be a bunch of idiots in that, but they could have that fucking.
But their lead idiot has to use a gun to fight. So you going back to the baseball Furies. You were talking about how the baseball Furies are a bunch of pussies because they have to use baseball bats. But
Yeah, well,
this gang has one guy with a gun.
Yeah.
And
true.
he and they don't do anything on their own, because we saw when they attacked Cleon in the beginning, even the leader Luther,
Yeah, you're right.
when they attacked Cleon in the beginning, Cleon fucked up every one of them when
Yeah,
they
you're
ran
right.
towards him. So these
You're
guys
right.
ain't worth a dick either.
Yeah, because fucking they are probably a gang that are a bunch of soft cunts, but they got enough money to get their leader a gun, and
But,
so then
so,
a few bullets. Yeah.
While the Warriors were under the boardwalk getting strapped, like ripping pipes and fucking metal, whatever metal shit they could grab off the wall.
Yeah.
The Swan has a switchblade behind his belt. So while they're out on the beach enjoying the rogues,
Yeah. Then he like points a gun at Swan, but Swan.
he says, "Why'd you do it? Why'd you waste time?"
Yeah.
No reason. I
Yeah.
just like doing things like that. That's
Yeah,
Luther's explanation for the entire movie.
Yeah. Which
He
I
just
don't
likes
think-
doing things like that. He didn't have
Yeah,
a
which
plan. He just likes doing things like
Yeah. Which I don't think is the truth. I think he was fucking.
Yeah, I don't think it was the truth either. I think he
But,
had a plan for
yeah,
Warriors.
the
I
excuse
think
for-
I agree with you on that one. Yes. I think
Yeah,
he's
but-
just trying to play crazy psycho.
Yeah. The excuse he uses for killing Cyrus and making the Warriors have to do all this crazy shit to get back home is he felt like it.
Swan
And-
says, "Let's do it 1-on-1."
Yeah, and
He
so-
says, "Let's do it, me and you." Luther
Yeah.
says, 1-on-1? You're crazy.
Yeah. Good impression there.
I know
Say
his
that again.
voice.
Say
in
that
this-
again.
His
Say that again,
voice in
Sasha.
this is fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
He
say that
should have
again,
went
Sasha.
1-on-1. He should have went 1-on-1 with Rembrandt. The 1-on-1 with you, you're crazy. But I'll go 1-on-1 with him. With
If they remade it
Rembrandt.
if they remade it these days, Rembrandt would be a lesbian, like a Muslim lesbian in a wheelchair, and she'd be the leader.
The toy version.
Yeah. Well, anyway, back to the film. So, the expression "never bring a knife to a gunfight" in this occasion
Yeah,
is not the truth, because
and that was another good shot too. Him throwing the knife. That was another.
Swan-
It was
Swan
awesome
masculine
fucking
as fuck.
shots. Awesome
yeah, masculine
shots.
as fuck is like, you might have a gun, but I'm gonna throw my fucking switchblade knife that's in the back of my belt before you can pull the trigger, because you're talking crazy, and throws it into his arm, where, like most fucking psycho fucking cunts,
Oh, yeah,
who
his
get
scream.
injured,
His
yeah.
scream. Yeah.
screams like a bitch first time he's been injured because he's too busy wanking off to fucking Black Widow
I like
magazine.
it. He takes the knife out of his arm and then wipes the blood off in fucking Luther's hair. That was awesome.
Yeah, yo,
And then
yeah,
all of
it's
a
like,
sudden, yo, Tommy, you still
yeah,
here?
yeah, he should be.
Oh, so when he gets the fucking when he gets the knife out of his arm, he goes,
Oh yeah,
wrist.
well,
All of a sudden, you hear wrist. Yeah, right.
it's Sasha and all to back your theory up that they are pussy cunts. When he does get his arm thingied and he goes over, Swan goes over, grabs a knife out of this psycho dude's arm and cleans it in his hair. His mates are like
Yeah, they're all
his
just
gang
standing
members
there.
do fuck all.
They're all
Yeah,
just standing there. They're not doing shit
yeah,
either.
yeah,
They suck.
like shots.
Jobbers.
Yeah, yeah. So you're right. They are pussy cunts. And so, yeah. Then we hear fucking Cyrus's like friends who's like now in charge, is second in command, who's now first in command, shouts like, "Hey, dude," sort of thing.
Riffs.
Like, we'll take it from here.
It's riffs. And their response is, yeah, right.
Mm. So yeah, then like we see the scene where they're gathered round him and that, and then the dude is like, yeah, he want the warriors, so he does. He gets his men to do a path, so the warrior. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He also says to them and all.
He's like, we'll take care of the rest.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you was.
And then you hear him screaming again. Yeah.
Oh, what was that? But thinking like, he says, "Yeah, you warriors, you're a good sort of gang or whatever." And
The best.
Swan goes, "We're the best." Yeah. And then so like, yeah, they let him. The warriors, the clear a path so the warriors can like exit out of the beach to fucking all the tears of the rising sort of thing shit. And then like, yeah, you see him closing, and then fucking you hear thingy screaming.
Hey, Mar, how you doing?
Yeah, right, Mara.
Wrapping up the Warriors.
Yeah. Sasha, Q. Then you hear the dude, the psycho dude screaming. No, you hear the dude psycho screaming. Like, but you didn't. Yeah.
He yells,
Yeah. End credits. Roll.
somewhere
End credits.
out on the horizon.
There we go. BBS.
Da-da-da-da.
I'll be on the neon light.
Da-da-da-da.
Something better.
Yeah.
Da-da-da.
But there's nowhere else inside.
Da-da-da. Rock out with your cock out.
And it's really good. It's really good that they didn't make a fucking, it's good they didn't make a sequel to this. I'm so glad they didn't make a sequel to this. I'm glad it didn't turn into the Police Academy series. But yeah. I'm already a fucking 2.5 hours. Well, I'm talking about one of my favorite movies.
And yeah, well, that's what I said to you, Sasha, before. I said if the film's fucking good, it is gonna last for more than 2 hours because there's a lot. Because fucking there's a lot to talk. And
There's a lot of good scenes we have to dissect.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of,
I mean, if it's a movie I love, I don't mind talking a long time.
Well,
I could probably talk more about it, but
yeah. Well,
I'm gonna wind this down.
oh yeah. Well, there was a few potential rape scenes and all. So Death by Saber wanted to get in there.
No tits in this movie, but it was
No.
still great.
Not a single
It
one.
was still
even-
great.
Not from the Lizzies either. You know, Papa
Not
Cotton.
even one accidental tit flop out. Nothing.
R. Parrot Head.
Christopher Walken should have played Swan.
Darius is incapacitated right now. Raquel scrambles.
So don't you agree?
Vigilante. Thank you guys for coming through and listening to this. But yeah, go rating time. Rating time. What's your rating for this?
I give this a 10. This I grew up on this movie. It influenced me.
Jens? Jens, what do you give this movie?
Jens Mike died.
Tommy, what do you give this movie?
Oh,
Tommy
you know
Gun-
what you already know what I gave this movie.
Are you gonna give this movie the same the same rating I'm gonna give it?
It's my
Just
favorite movie.
say the rating, and I will let you know if I agree.
This one is 5 guinea pig paws up.
Which amounts to a
Out of
10?
what? Yeah,
Yeah.
out of what? Out of 10.
Out of 10. Well, yeah, rating out of 10. Yeah.
You only give it 5.
No,
No,
I
a guinea pig paw equals 2 points.
Oh, right. Yeah, but yeah, that makes more sense.
Yes.
Well,
What do
sorry,
you?
I just
Yes,
nipped
what do you
for a
give it?
piss tonight. I just nipped for a piss. So,
Jens, what's your rating?
we were fucking 10 out of 10. Masculine action.
I
This is
think
the
we
sort
have
of-
a unanimous vote on what we give this movie.
Right.
Oh, we're
I
not
think this is
Darius.
the first movie
Slasher.
where we all
No.
give it the same rating.
Slasher.
No, because Darius, right? I know Darius. He will not give this 10 out of 10. He'd give it rather an 8, 8.5, or a 9, or maybe a 9.5. But he won't give it a 10 because fucking it was too low budget and too masculine.
I don't think so at all.
Hey,
Yeah.
Slasher.
Yeah.
Slasher, you know how there's Slasher, you know how there's like fantasy football? We should have done a fantasy warrior. Like I would say Ajax could have been played by Al Pacino.
Oh well, De Niro was supposed to play one of them, right?
De Niro's supposed to play Cowboy. Christopher Walken could have played Swan.
Oh, I want to see Christopher Walken as Ajax.
Because you guys gone faggot.
I think I might have exhausted my F card here for,
Oh, okay.
for other comments. But yeah, man. So anonymous.
Yeah.
Unanimous. I said
Look,
unanimous across the board. We all
Yeah, well,
agree that this is a perfect movie.
Yeah, well, this
Awesome.
is the sort of film. Yeah, where like when we was growing up, it was like, yeah,
Like,
If-
you
if
should have
you were-
tied a mattress
To your back.
on your back.
Hook you like a whore.
yeah, and be
Because you're a
masculine.
whore.
Dirty whore you are.
Well, when we was growing up,
Just
we
lay
thought,
there.
yeah,
take
we thought it could be all like this. We thought we might be meeting mattress girls in fucking subway systems, so we had to like fucking man up.
No, I don't know.
Dirty
No,
mattress.
See, Jens, where I grew up, I knew of crack whores. And
To tie a dirty mattress to your
Yeah,
back.
the pestilence.
well, you
Piss
knew you
stain.
had- yeah, and
Tie
you
a
knew
piss
you were
stain.
fucking
There,
masculine.
Piss
Tommy.
stain mattress.
There, Tommy, I'm wrapping this up anyway.
Yeah.
That's all.
Tie a piss stain mattress to your back.
But yeah.
Yeah, well, getting gang raped.
All right.
That was
All right,
that's
now
the-
I'm not. Now, all right, I'm not even giving
That's
any
the
credit. I'm gonna end the
DBS.
stream. I'm ending the stream. I'm not even gonna give
Okay.
any credit. But thanks for coming through, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Later.
Thanks.
goodbye. Warriors.